Because I think there are people that have been married for years and have no idea who the partner
No
is.
clue.
That's how your husband has a second
some.
family, by the way.
I know some.
That's how your husband is doing all the things that he's doing.
Yes.
That's how your wife has 3 boyfriends, by the way. Because you don't know each other.
And I will say this too, is I think that society has made it toxic to be inclusive in your relationship. And I don't think it is. Some will disagree with me and I will catch hate for that. I don't think it's wrong to have access to each other's phone.
Yeah.
I don't think it's wrong to have access to each other's bank accounts. I don't think it's wrong to have access to each other's email. I'm talking everything.
I like to care, but I don't know. Your words can't shake my bones, though. I'm stronger than you know. Your fire can't melt my soul. No, no.
do a little chatting.
Yeah.
Piss a few people off. A lot more than a few, probably.
We're
Everyone.
going to piss a lot of people off. But I think we're going to also make a lot of people happy because we're going to say what they
everybody's
want to
thinking,
say,
I
what they're
feel.
thinking. We're going to say the quiet part out loud.
If you don't find something to relate to, like, get out of here.
Get out.
Look right in the eyes. Get out.
Out.
I'm just kidding.
Bye.
In the shadows, I found my light. In the chaos, I found my fight.
We're excited to announce that we're partnering with GhostBed. Their mattresses are crazy comfortable and super cool, literally, thanks to their patented cooling technology. And they ship right to your door. If you're ready to level up your sleep,
Head on over to ghostbed.com/unfiltered for 10% off their already insanely low prices.
scary low. Okay. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered and Unfazed. I'm your host, Tessa.
I'm Heather. We
And-
missed y'all.
Yeah. How was Thanksgiving? Actually, I don't care. Don't tell me. No, I'm just kidding. You can say it. Say how your Thanksgiving was. Say what your favorite. I didn't get mac and cheese.
We had mac and cheese.
That's the one thing.
It wasn't like homemade.
Yeah.
Because I did like Whole Foods and they have
Yeah.
like sides, like, so not everything.
Yeah.
I made some stuff homemade, some stuff was like pre-made.
Yeah.
But everybody liked it for a second and then they were like, it's super bland.
Yeah.
I didn't like taste test it.
Oh, yeah.
But so they had to add like salt and pepper to it and then
Yeah.
it was good.
Yeah.
But we did have mac and cheese.
Yeah. That's the one thing. And like deviled eggs, mac and cheese and deviled
We
eggs.
didn't have that either. But that's like,
I'm like,
my
but
grandma
deviled
always
eggs is
made
like
them.
a lot to make, but also like
Yeah.
I did make some for my work little potluck thing,
oh,
and they got devoured.
devoured.
So,
They always get
and
devoured.
I felt like they had like a little bit too much Dijon, but it was still tasty.
I do love me some deviled eggs. We had,
Yeah.
I did like a
I'm surprised.
charcuterie. I know. I love heavened eggs,
Yeah, you're like
angel eggs,
that sounds crazy.
demonic eggs. I did a charcuterie, which was really good. It was like the Spanish cheeses and crackers and figs
I love
and
cheese
jam.
and crackers, but
So good.
I'm taking a break from cheese for a while.
Oh,
Yeah, because like
Dairy
I
or
am
just-
lactose intolerant. Well, no dairy.
Yeah.
I'm taking a break from dairy for a while because I've been so like inflamed, and I feel like that's like a
I'm
big part of
inflamed
it.
like a mother effer right now.
Yeah, it's the dairy, and my stomach's been hurting really bad, and I'm like, dang, I just need to stop drinking dairy.
Yeah.
And like milks and sour creams and cheeses, unfortunately, gotta go for
I
a
don't
while.
know if it's this time of year too, but I'm in like my weight will go up like 6 pounds in a day, which obviously, as we know, scientifically, that is
Yeah.
not fat.
Right.
But I'm like, dude, I feel it. Like my rings are tight. Like you just feel that inflammation in like your face. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, I did pigs in a blanket.
Ooh,
That
I
was a
love pigs
staple.
in a
My
blanket.
grandma like always had that.
That's one thing we didn't have either.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And then just chips and like onion
no, but
dip.
I love pigs in a blanket. I love to
Love.
have like pigs in a blanket for like Thanksgiving breakfast.
Yeah, we
And
did
then-
it like
yeah.
early, and
Yeah.
then so it's kind of like an appetizer.
Yeah, because like, okay, while I understand like on Thanksgiving people want to eat more, like I totally understand that. Like it's better for you to also still eat breakfast. Like please still eat breakfast.
Well, yeah, because then you
Like-
that's when you
Right.
get gluttonous because you're
Right.
like starving all day, and then you go off the deep
Exactly.
end.
Yeah.
where it's more fun to graze throughout the day.
Exactly.
And so we kind of did that, and then I did the like buffet platters.
I saw that was really nice.
Life changing.
Yeah,
Because the food always gets cold, right? And
Right.
you're like heating it up and it's not the same.
Right.
And I was like, it was $30 on Amazon for the
For
half
all of
ones.
those?
Yeah, 6 of them
Oh.
came with the flame,
yeah,
the tray, this the serving spoons, everything. It was
Oh my
so
gosh.
cool. And yeah, it just kept everything warm. And then all you do is put the lid on it that it comes with, and we stacked it in the fridge. And now that's
Wow.
and then we threw it away when it was done.
Yeah.
Life
That's
changing.
awesome. Yeah.
Because normally I have it in Tupperware, and I'm like, I have a million
Right.
things to wash. I don't know. It was
Right.
just I'm gonna do that every year. I'm gonna do that for like every party, every holiday.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've never. I thought they'd be
Yeah.
expensive.
No, literally, I was thinking, oh, $30 a piece is a lot, but then I was like, for all of them,
All of it.
yeah,
6 of them, and they were half. They call them like half ones because they were probably like this big. Where I didn't need.
Yeah, but still
that
big. Yeah,
Totally birthday parties. I was like,
and especially
Why
like
have I
you
not
weren't
ever
hosting an
done
army
this?
for Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
so
it was just us 6
Right.
people. But then we were able to like go back for seconds, and it's warm. And I
Right.
got those compartment plates. Like I did it all up. But I think I'm still inflamed from that too.
Yeah.
Honestly.
no, honestly, and that's also another reason. Like, okay, so we should talk about our gum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have seen. There's this thing on Shark Tank. Like, it's like popular because they got rejected on Shark Tank. That's why
Oh,
they're
they
popular.
did.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's this brand called Neurogum, and it's supposed to help with like focus and energy and like all of that kind of stuff. It has caffeine, L-theanine, vitamin B6 and vitamin B12 for sure. I can't remember what else is in it, but
All
I
good
know
things.
those 4 are in it. And this is my second time trying it.
My
And-
first time.
And Heather's first time trying it. And honestly, like the first time, and I'm very like, I get into these like episodes where I like literally will just like sit and disassociate. We've talked about this before.
Freeze
like,
mode.
I get
Called
into
freeze.
freeze mode all the time. Like
Yeah.
this is something that I struggle with the most out of everything else. And I constantly feel like I don't have enough time to do anything, but it's because I get into these freezes.
And then it
right.
like crashes in on you, and
Exactly.
you're like, I don't know where to start.
Exactly.
And then nothing
everything
happens.
gets
Yeah.
overwhelmed, and then my whole house is dirty, and I'm like, I'm like, if I had just picked up that one dish 3 days ago,
it would
right,
be fine.
Yeah, everything would be fine.
Yeah.
But because I put that dish there, then I put another dish there because there was a dish there.
Yeah.
And now I have a pile of dishes right here
Right.
when the kitchen is 3 steps away.
Right.
I live in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Right.
Okay. It's not like it's like draining and daunting,
Yeah.
but I go through that. Well, the first day that I tried this, I had a new bed frame since before I went to ACL. Okay. Which was in October, by the way. And it had just been sitting in my room in the box. And I was using a king size bed frame for a queen size mattress. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was fine. Not really. But like it was so scary to get on and off of in the night.
You're
'cause
like,
I'm
I'm going
what if
to
I
just
miss?
fall.
No,
Yeah.
like what if I miss? What if I put my foot in here? What if I die? Yeah. Like it was bad. And it would also like, because it was too small for the mat, it would like it would
Move,
slide.
yeah.
It would move. Yeah. And so I tried this gum. And then I spent the next 2 hours straight, no breaks, just fully
Which is
focused
like
in,
unheard of for
which
people
is
with ADHD.
unheard of, right? For a full 2 hours, I spent taking apart the first bed frame, putting together the second bed frame, and after I was done, I was like, "Wow, it's been 2
I
hours."
completed a task.
Yeah, I can't believe I started and finished the
Yeah.
same task.
It's actually
it was
insane.
wild to me. I was like, "Oh my goodness, wait, okay, it might be placebo, but even if it is."
Placebo or not, if it
Placebo
works,
cool. Yeah.
cool.
So I was like, oh my goodness, like this is actually like a game changer because I don't want to be on Adderall. I don't want to be on
No.
Adderall. I don't want to have to, be on a supplement, a vitamin, a this, a that. Like it's like, well, vitamin maybe, but not like not like a medicine. I don't want to be like on drugs just to be able to like, I don't want to have to take an upper just to like clean my
Function,
house. Right.
yeah.
When I can just like, I just need to focus for a little while. And so the first thing that I had looked into is the Joe Rogan Alpha Brain.
Okay.
Do you know about
Yep,
that?
yep.
Okay, so I thought about that, but then like it just seemed a little too intense.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't sure if I was ready to start taking those like as medication because I also have this weird pill phobia.
Yeah.
My mother.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wait, but I can chew gum.
And it's easy.
Yeah.
It
And I
kind of
love
gives
chewing
you like
gum.
something to do.
Yeah.
Like,
And it
it's not-
also like I had TMJ a little bit bad, so I stopped chewing gum for a long
same.
time.
Wow. Is this like a thing that people that are mentally
Well, yeah, it's probably
disabled
you
like
probably
us
like
that we
clench
have?
your jaw.
if I chew gum, see that's where so like I'd have to do this and then like eventually spit it out. Like if I like when I fly and I chew gum the
Yeah.
whole time, the
Yeah.
next day I can barely eat.
Right. No,
I'm like,
literally. Because I be chewing that stuff.
Yeah, is that why? Maybe we're like,
Yeah. Well, it's because like the
And I chew ice,
anxiety
like,
and you're
24/7.
constantly like
Yeah.
clenching. Yeah. So that's probably what it is. The other.
get
I
ready
had
for the
another
you guys are
reason-
smacking your gum comments.
Anyways, no, I had a well, there was this other thing that I did that caused it as well, that I would do every day, and it's crazy that I would do it every day,
What?
but I did it. Well, I don't want to say. It was in the benefit of my ex. So every single day, I would perform this activity on him. Okay, every day is crazy.
Every day is crazy.
Every day is crazy. I am still crazy, but yeah, it turns out that'll give you TMJ.
I can see that.
Turns out that's like not great for your jaw.
I can
So,
see that.
Yeah, and also chewing gum
Yeah.
all the time because I
And
would. 'cause
probably,
I'm
like I said, chewing ice 24/7 like I do.
100%. I love to chew. When I was a kid, I would chew on the Polly Pockets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they just feel it's such a good chew. Like it's like how
I
does
think
it feel
it's
like
just
this?
a thing that certain groups of people
Yeah.
that have disorders.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look right there on the floor in front of my dresser, there's like a white thing, right? Like a white square rectangle. That's a wall sticker that I got to put above the bed that has like words. It's probably been there for 2 months.
Yeah.
A month.
No, it's been there. I recall it being there a few times ago. So yeah.
I'd say, and I know it's there.
Yeah.
I know it needs to be done. I know
Right.
it's not going to be that hard.
Right.
I did all the other ones that I got for like the living room
Right.
and like
But it's not as important.
it's like, but it bothers me
Right.
that it's like there and hasn't
Right.
been done. And I'm
Right.
like, why don't I just do it?
Right.
It's the weirdest thing.
I completely understand that. I have a lot of tasks that I'm like that about, like so many.
But like cleaning the house is one, like that's because that's my mental
Yeah.
state will suffer.
Well, yeah, because you are also like a little germaphobe.
Yeah.
And so like it would
And
like,
OCD,
Yeah.
like
it'll get to
diagnosed
you.
OCD.
Yeah. It'll get to you a lot more.
Another thing we're both diagnosed with.
Yeah.
But people have the wrong idea of OCD. They think it's like you flip light switches 20 times, which is, I guess OCD is a spectrum too, because that
Yeah.
does happen.
Yeah, like I
But
have a
that's
weird
not
thing about
only-
like when I'm washing my hands in public, I don't know why, but when I'm washing my hands in public, I always have to get 3 paper towels, and I don't know why. And I always think, oh my god, what if somebody notices that I always get 3 paper
Right.
towels? Like, is somebody gonna? It's gonna be like, why do you always get 3?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know. My hands just feel the
Tyler
right
has
amount
some
dry,
things that he
like
counts
that.
like that. Like, this sounds weird, but like,
and then I also every single time I'm going home, I live on the 3rd floor. I count every single step, every single
Yeah.
time,
It's a
and
thing.
I'm like,
It's a
oh,
thing.
that's a normal. No,
Yeah.
everybody does that. Everybody counts
Yeah.
the amount of steps it takes for them to walk from the bottom to the top every time. Which I'm
We're-
like, oh,
we're special.
I just
It's
like to use my brain. God forbid a girl utilizes her
I
brain
don't think,
all the
you
time.
know when people say like their mind's quiet?
How?
Literally how?
No, because that makes me think like, are you dumb?
Like,
Like,
or maybe they're just normal.
right? Yeah, sure.
Like I've
Normal.
never, I don't even think when I'm sleeping, it's probably not quiet. Like,
No, I've had some experiences that like I've like had a quieter mind, but it's definitely not a normal
right,
state for
right.
me.
A normal,
Yeah,
yeah.
like-
I would say my mind gets quieter in church, so
Mm-hmm.
that's where I think some people are like, okay, it's
Yeah.
like if that's
Well,
not for everybody, but that does
Yeah.
for me.
That's for me doing lashes. Like honestly, like
Right.
I'll be chatting and stuff
Like
like that, and
therapeutic.
then my mind's working. But like if I'm really like locked in, like I can't think about anything else.
Our
Because, yeah.
no, 100%. Like our therapist said something really interesting on the last session, which was a really good session, like breakthrough
Mm-hmm.
after breakthrough. Like, you know, sometimes you just have a session, you're just kind of talking, and then sometimes
Yeah.
you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like that's what we needed.
Right.
So it was wild. But she made a comment about people using, not us, because we kind of were saying that that's what we don't want to do, like
Right.
using church or God as a crutch.
Yeah. It's
And-
hard.
which it's yes, in theory, yes. He's supposed to be a crutch in a way.
Right.
Like that's who I lean on. That's who I turn
Right.
to. But you don't want it to be your
Yeah.
only coping mechanism.
Yeah.
And you don't want it to be where it's almost like an addiction. Like I've seen
Right.
people that were addicts, let's say.
Right.
And then their addiction turned to God, which is
Right.
good, right?
Yeah.
It's better than
It's
doing
better
heroin
than-
on the
yeah.
side of the
It's the
road.
same thing
okay?
as like you used to do heroin, now you're addicted to working out.
Right. But it's like you just have to be careful that you don't turn that into like, God forbid you miss church on a Sunday.
Right,
Are you
and
going to
then
be okay?
Yeah.
Like, yes,
Yeah.
you need to still be
It's
okay. Like
okay.
you said, you've always said, like, it's
Right.
just a building.
It's literally just a building, and yes, the fellowship is wonderful.
Right,
like,
the
a lot of
community,
the
the
community. It's great.
hearing the
Yeah.
word. Absolutely.
And I think that like if you go to church all the time, that's amazing. But
Yeah.
if you only go to church like every now and then, or even just for like holiday stuff, like that's still okay. Like
Yeah. And if you like, you just want to make sure you don't get to a point, because I'm noticing, like you talked about, a lot of influencers are starting to dive into the Bible.
Right.
And, you know, a lot of people have mixed reviews about that. Of course, that's a great thing. But then it's like, is this turning into a false teacher type thing? Is
Right.
is this going in a weird direction? Like, who
Right.
knows? But that's their
Right.
journey.
exactly.
Power to them.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if it helps them and it helps
Yeah.
people and spreads the word, great.
Yeah.
If it turns into kind of like where we start seeing those false teachers,
Yeah.
then it's like prophecies being fulfilled, and it starts to get a little scary.
The thing is, we already have all the false teachers,
So many.
and they're the ones that are running churches. And
100%.
so, like, so I think that when you have people that are not believers, that it's gotten to a point,
Not a non-bias.
Right. And because like with our current administration, they push God a lot. They really do.
Yeah.
And like I don't think that there's a problem like letting people know what your faith is, and,
Right.
and letting people know that does influence your decisions.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I am probably going to lean a little bit more this way on certain topics or that way on certain topics. It's important for you to know like where I base my
Faith or
well opinions.
right.
Like where I base my opinions. But I think it's gotten to the point, I think God's pissed off. And I think it's gotten to the point where people who would have never touched the Bible before in their life, they're like, I know you're lying. I'm going to read this and I'm going to prove to you that you're lying. Because that's another thing for me that I was like, okay, I really need to dive back into this, because I got a new Bible. I got
Yeah.
the NASB version,
Yeah.
the New American Standard, because that Bible is said to be the most word for word translation.
Yeah.
And so when you use Bibles that are thought for thought translation, those Bibles are a lot more open to interpretation.
Right.
And I feel like we've clearly interpreted some things incorrectly.
Well, I mean, even our pastor says all the time, politics and religion, politics and faith don't belong together.
No.
It doesn't matter. You could be the strongest Christian. That's not a stab at
Yeah.
Christians or God. That's a stab at that. It's a separate. There needs to be a
Right.
separation,
Right.
because
Well, I mean, literally, Jesus Christ didn't use like that in any of his, we can call political campaign,
Right,
because
right.
he was a teacher. He was like a not like a politician, but like
Yeah.
of the day. Like it's the closest equivalent that we probably have.
Right.
Like a teacher, someone who goes out and spreads a message. Like, and that's essentially what politicians do. They're like, this is my campaign. This is
yeah,
what I do.
yeah,
And he got a lot of people on his side, and even people that you wouldn't expect to be on his side, because it's just like at the end of the day, you're doing things because it's the right thing to do. And it's like, well, what's the right thing to do?
right.
You know what is the right thing to do. And that's what really pisses me off. I feel like the most about people that like are like, well, the Bible doesn't say. I'm like, shut up. The Bible doesn't say, oh, don't use child laborers. The Bible doesn't say that. But you know for a fact that getting a bunch of 7-year-olds in a factory and making them work
Right.
for
Is
pennies a
wrong.
day is wrong.
Right.
You shouldn't be doing that. Like the Bible doesn't say, you know, like, oh yeah, you make sure you're paying your employees a livable wage. But but you know,
I bet you somebody could find scripture that says
that
something
says
about
something like-
paying
well,
your
it does
not
say,
employees, but paying. I mean, it's going to be called different
yeah,
things.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. So it's like, but when you're buying
your
your
help.
13th mega yacht,
Right.
and your employees aren't even able to pay their rent, it's like that's a problem. Like
Yeah.
this is the huge problem. Jesus had the problem with the tax collectors of the time, because
Yeah.
they were doing those things.
Yeah.
Like they were taking money from people that they didn't deserve. They were fudging the books around,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that things looked like, oh well, no, it's fine. Like Zacchaeus. The story of Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was a wee little man, and a wee little man was he. He sat up in a sycamore tree to see what he could see. Zacchaeus was a tax collector. And that's why everybody was so like, why does Jesus want to go hang out with that guy? Well, because Zacchaeus was doing wrong, and Jesus needed to be like, hey,
just so you know, you're doing
I
wrong.
see you.
Yeah.
Did Zacchaeus get his stuff together? I don't remember the end of the story. But I
don't
know.
either.
But I do know that Jesus made a point to talk to him because of the things that he was doing, and used that example to show people, hey, don't do this.
Right.
Nobody liked Zacchaeus. Nobody liked him. Everybody hated him because he was the tax collector.
Right.
But he was collecting taxes on things that weren't even, like, he was taking from widows. He was taking from needy. He was taking from, and it's like, come on, dude. Like, come on, be so for real.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's why I'm really, really happy that like unconventional people are diving into the Bible. Like, cause you sent me something that said like even Jeffree Star has been like diving into the Bible, and there's two different things that are happening. Yes, the false teacher thing is happening, but also so is the revolution.
The revival. Exactly.
revival,
I think that there, and so with those walking hand in hand, which is always going to be the enemy walking with, you know, Jesus, it's always going to be that way.
Yeah.
So you just have to use your discernment and
Right.
decipher which is which.
Right.
And it doesn't even matter which is which, because it's your walk
Right.
and your journey that you need to
Exactly.
worry about, essentially.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not against it or for it. I think that if it's spreading the word and it's helping them,
Yeah.
even if they are a false teacher and they have nefarious intentions,
Right.
that's still on them.
Yeah, because it
That's
makes
still
someone
on
else
them.
curious. Yeah,
Right.
because
And that still might open the word to somebody that's
Exactly.
like, oh, this still makes me curious about this, even though you're nefarious, and that
Right.
may come out, or they may see weird things. They're still like, well, I'm interested in this.
Right.
So regardless.
Right. And that's what I think is because my favorite thing about the Bible is that like it's hard to like lie. It's hard to lie about what's in there.
Right.
And because it's very easily to prove, it's easy to prove. You just read it. Just
Right.
read it.
Right.
And I feel like so many people have gotten so accustomed to just going to church, looking at the screen, seeing those verses that pop up as the pastor's talking about a
Yes.
message.
Yes.
A lot of times pastors cherry pick, and I hate it, where it's like, oh, well, in this verse in Luke, it says this one verse. And then this verse over here in
it's
Revelations,
jumping,
it says
yeah.
this. And then this verse over here says this. So that means you got to do this. And it's like, no, because tell the whole story.
Right.
Why was that happening in Luke? Why was that happening in Revelation? Why
I
was that happening
recommend
in-
if people go to a church,
Mm-hmm.
if they have, I guess some people call it Bible study, some people call it there's different names for it.
I've heard
like
home
our
groups.
group-
I've heard.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
group was like specifically what they called it Rooted, but they do go like read the whole story. So like one semester will be on
Yeah.
Roman, whatever
Yeah.
chapter
I
you're
actually
reading.
recommend, like, if you've never gotten into the Bible before, either start in, geez Louise, either start in New Testament or
Yes,
the story of Job.
yes, both.
Those
yes.
are both
Job,
very,
yes.
Job is a great introductory story. And in the beginning, when you're getting all the facts about who Job is and like everything like that, it's a little bit confusing. So take your time with it. But it is a great story of how
I just got
like
Keep going.
your faith and your riches and like everything like that, like, because anything could be taken from you in an instant, but it's very important that you don't lose faith.
100%. That's
And what that is, like, for people that don't believe in God and people that don't like understand that message, like the losing faith, it's like not only losing faith in God but in yourself, like, and those of us that do believe in God, like, I believe that that's where I get my power, that's where I get my, like, you know, from, and regardless, like, that's inarguable, because yeah, you do get power from God, because there's so many different religions, there's so many different practices, there's so many different deities that every single person claims that, oh, I get power from here, I get power from here, I get power from here. So clearly you're getting power from something.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that mine comes from God.
Yeah.
And so that's the faith. It's not just like, oh, I believe that there's not a man. Well, I don't believe there's a man in the sky. People get mad, but I'm like, God doesn't have a gender. And that pisses people off, because God is God. He's not a man or a woman. And I know I say he,
right.
but that's just
Right.
because it's easier to explain that way.
Well,
But-
I think they look well, that's where people, like you said, they need to have some
Right.
kind of visual. So they're looking at Jesus, which is his fleshly form.
wanted
and they're looking at it
Right.
that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's
well,
where
Jesus is a man,
yeah.
but God is not.
But I'm saying that's
Right.
his flesh. That's his form and flesh. So I
Right.
think people are. It's like that's what they're looking
Mm-hmm.
at is like the visual, I
Yeah.
guess, of it. You know what I mean? That's
Well,
what I think people
Jesus
do.
never had sex, so we do not know that Jesus had a peen.
I mean,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying we don't know
I'm a
that.
mic drop.
You're like,
Yeah,
no.
I've never really heard anybody say whether he did or didn't. Like,
Right. And I don't, and this is not, so I'm not trying to be like,
No,
oh,
no,
Jesus
no.
and trans. I'm
No.
not trying to do any of that. No. I'm saying like,
No,
like
stop.
Jesus was a man. Yes. I do agree with that. And that's why it's so complicated for people to understand, because God is not. Jesus came down as a man because men are apex predators. If Jesus had come back in dinosaur time, he would have been a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Right.
Because that's the most
Do you
influential, most powerful.
understand that people don't realize that you're not in your human form in heaven? And it's said multiple times. Like, you lose all your human attributes. Like, that's why people that had cancer, like, they're
Yeah.
cured, they're healed. But, like, you're not the same. Like, it's not like me and you are going to be walking around up in
No.
heaven and be like, hey, Tessa, what's up?
No, literally.
Like, it's not quite like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
I feel like you just take whatever form.
well, you said that hell is here, so I still don't think that that's necessarily wrong.
I think hell is in earth.
You're stuck here.
It's here. Like, hell is literally separation from God, and what is earth? Being separate from God, and that's why you have to seek out God
Right, to not be here anymore.
to not be here. Right. And so it's like, and no, I'm not saying like Jonestown cult, oh, let's drink the Kool-Aid and not be here anymore. No, not that. If you
I
don't
find
want your
Tessa
soul
like
to
I'm like,
remain-
what are you drinking?
I'm like,
What is
"Don't-
in that cup?
Don't worry. Don't worry. I got water from your
She's like,
kitchen. So if I die, it's on you. No, like, but yeah, no, I just think that it's like so crazy to like, and the whole reason that I am like, God's not a man, God is God, is because
'Cause you're a man hater.
I am a man hater. And I need men to understand that God is not a man. That means you can never be God.
I think that if a man thinks that, then he's
Well,
an idiot.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, they're like, oh, well, God, Jesus was a man. Like, that's why men are in bed. No. Jesus is God. He came down to earth as a man, because if he came down to earth as God, like,
he
like,
couldn't
you wouldn't-
influence people in
you
the
couldn't
same way
influence
because they'd be like, it's God.
They'd be like, oh my God, literally.
I was going to say this really quick because Tyler's tattoo artist was saying that if you start, just because she was saying some good stories to start at. He said if you start at Luke now, that was a couple days ago, and read a chapter a day, you will get to Jesus. You will get Jesus's entire life story by Christmas. So just
Yeah.
a little.
Yeah.
I mean, now you'd probably have to read like 2 or 3 chapters for the first couple days and then one chapter.
Yeah.
But
the
just a
chapters
little,
are not bad. They're like a couple pages.
a little
guys.
fun.
Yeah, if that's something that you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, but you will get
No, I'm
whole-
telling you, you have to do it.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, not First John, just regular John,
You know,
is that's
the whole
story of
First
Jesus.
John debacle.
Right. That's the story of Jesus.
Oh,
those 4. So those are
can't.
the like the main disciples that say the story of Jesus, and like they're from slightly different perspectives because they're all different people.
Yeah.
Pretty much say the exact same thing. Like sometimes there's argument over like a donkey versus a horse, or like I'm
Right.
like, okay. So the shirt was chartreuse and not green.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Okay,
The
so it
focus
was
is in the
teal
wrong
and not
place.
blue. I'm
the
like,
focus
okay.
is in the wrong place, people.
But the message is the same.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, okay, guys, like it's like, hey, just don't be a bad person. Like,
just be
don't
better.
don't be selfish. Don't be rude. Don't be like malicious. Don't be like vengeful. Like it's super like it's really easy to know. Like anything that you can do that is going to cause harm to yourself or others, you shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
Like that's generally what it is.
Right.
And it's like, okay, so then people get like, oh, well, technically gossiping is harm. And it's like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that
Gossiping's
either.
a sin, just so you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all sinners. We get that.
Exactly.
Like everybody always says that, like throws that in there. I'm like, no, nobody's saying that anybody's perfect and that we're not all sinners. What I'm saying is that
But
there's
let's
specific
knock out the
things.
ones that are more harmful
Everybody
first.
gossips. We know that.
Yeah.
But it is actually considered a sin
Yeah. And the
in
thing is,
scripture.
if you're lying
Oh, even worse.
in gossip, that's like the thing that you
Double.
want to try to avoid.
Yeah.
Like talking to someone about something that happened to you is not the same thing as making up lies about someone and gossiping.
Yeah.
That's not the same
Yeah.
thing. And while you should still be careful which people you're telling things to, because not
Yeah.
everybody is your friend, not everybody, even people that are supporting you are supporting you because they're just waiting for your downfall. Like that's what they want. Like it's crazy, but there are people like that. Like
Oh, for
we,
sure.
as humans inherently are selfish, so we should strive to not be selfish. Like it's really simple. Like if you like, sorry, it just makes me so mad because there are so many people that are like, I'm already like hearing, well, what if blah 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 blah. Like
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis, for pets and people. To detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
so for me, I stopped giving money to my family. Like because like it's gotten to the point where like my sister does not well, I have a lot of sisters now, but that's a whole other story. My sister will only reach out to me and talk to me
Yeah.
if she needs money, right? And I'm like, and I don't mind helping my family with money. That's not a problem at all whatsoever. The problem is you're only talking to me when you want money.
Yeah.
And now I have to say no to you because I don't have it like that. Like I'm not rich. Like
Well,
if I
and
have
like you said, that's
yeah.
where people, the Bible gets a little like, that's what I do. I really do. I'm one of those like, my church is the best. I love my
Yeah.
church. But he talks about that while it says feed the poor, be generous, feed
Yeah.
the poor,
Yeah.
tithe, see the needy,
Yeah.
help them. That does not, however, mean
Yeah.
be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
There is a
Right.
difference. And it does
Exactly.
say that. It is all there in black
Yeah.
and white. It does not mean that you
And
can
sometimes
just
red.
it does not mean that you have to be abused.
Right. Exactly.
And at what point is like she essentially abusing you?
Right. For like just money.
Right.
Right. And that's the thing is like I've always been there to support her. Like this is probably like the first or second time I've ever told her no. And like she does figure it out. Like I'm not going to I'm not going to let her be in a situation to where like she doesn't have another way to figure it out. Like if it is like absolutely like last resort and like it's like okay, yeah, but I need you to start talking to me more.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely, and it's not even because like, oh, the requirement for money. No,
Like
I
exactly.
meant-
I was just going to say you're not
Yeah.
saying I need this in order to do this. That's not what you're saying.
Right.
You're saying at what point is it taking advantage and
Right.
abuse where there needs to be a little bit of give and take?
Right.
Because obviously, yes, we don't do things for what we're going to receive.
Right.
But you could also be like, you know what? Then I can't do
Right.
this anymore. It doesn't matter what
Right.
I'm getting out of it.
Exactly.
It's the fact that you're specifically using me.
right. And at the end of the day, like I miss my sister, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's what it all comes down to. It's like I hate transactional relationships.
Yeah.
I cannot stand it. If the purpose of me coming into your life and the reason that you want to keep me around is because I'm providing you with a service or a thing, I know that you're not genuinely interested in my friendship. And that's also really like messed up to do. And by the way, if you do that for people, you're a horrible human being.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee that if the only reason that you have people in your life is because what they can do for you, none of those people are your real friends.
No.
one. And you're definitely not their real friend.
No.
But I do, and it's like you just have to pick better friends.
Yeah.
Stop going back to the same people that treat you horribly. pick better people.
Well-
And I have amazing people now. So
Yeah. No, I was
like,
just going to say. And here's the thing is a lot of times they sometimes weed themselves out, which is nice. Sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do. And speaking of like families, I was telling you how my dad like friend requested me on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a long history, kind of like Tessa does with her mom, but my dad wasn't in my life at all. But I think I was like 25. He came around and then disappeared, and then he just friend requested me on Facebook like last week. I don't know.
So crazy.
And so it took me a couple days. I mulled it over because he's deleted me before and stuff. But I said, you know what? I'll accept it. Because I talked to my sister who's in the same situation as I am. Like he wasn't in her life and stuff. And she's like, he doesn't really like bother me, I guess you could say. Because I don't want to start that whole like
right.
opening that door. But she's
Yeah.
like, he doesn't really say anything.
Yeah.
He kind of, I think, just watches. And I'm like, okay, fine. Fine. And I find myself, and I'm sure most of you know, but the ones that don't, Tyler was baptized on Sunday. And you know, some people say they see like an instant like change, and then some people don't, and it's also not an instant fix for people that have ever gone through something. But sometimes that awakens you to certain things, and you start feeling certain emotions, and you start feeling certain things that you didn't feel before.
Right.
And although he had a small crash out on his podcast today, he's been just different.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
The thing
And-
about baptism is you're publicly surrendering to
Correct.
God. And so that's the whole point of it. And so like a public surrender is like it's for real. Like you
Yeah.
really did that. Like,
And you feel like, I think, you know, and the way that, you know, the pastor was like, it's a clean slate, like you're being washed,
right.
you know, and I think that there's people that had things that they've like either suppressed or just, you know, especially like first responders, like
Right.
they suppress certain emotions. And then
Yeah.
when you kind of surrender yourself to all of that, you start feeling things that you're like, oh, I have like this really big heart inside me.
Right.
But we'll discuss that
Yeah.
privately. But
Yeah.
so so I found myself starting to get angry, and I felt it. And I saw my dad post something about his mom, which would essentially be my grandma,
Right.
right? Never knew her.
Essentially, that's literally your grandma. Yeah.
In what sense of the word?
Biological.
Biologically.
That's it. Like
So we call it, my mom likes, I'm not going to say what my mom calls it, but blood relative.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I believe a grandma
yeah.
needs more than that.
Yeah.
So,
I do too.
but so yes, my grandma, my actual biological grandmother, she, very good grandma to her daughter's children. You know, my dad was my dad.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying it's her fault,
No.
but that shows me that she's not just a bad grandma.
Right.
That shows me that she was like, well, his children,
Yeah.
he's a piece.
Yeah.
His children are just
like
like
just
I'm
gonna
telling you,
stay out of
never
it. I'm
reached.
not gonna
I've
do
never
anything.
had
Yeah.
like them reach out.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like didn't exist. So seeing pictures of her with her other grandchildren who are grown now, but seeing how involved, like even like wearing the number one grandma shirt to their graduations, just stuff like that, I started
Right.
to feel a certain type of way.
Right.
And I'm gonna be 40 years old and I still feel a certain
Yeah.
type of way. I was like,
Yeah.
kind of looking at it and I was like, this is kind of making me angry.
Yeah.
And then he said like she did pass away, I think last year. And he said, Mom, I miss you, blah, blah, blah. And like he's made a post and pictures with her. And I felt what my pastor would call, they did in the last service, the red. Like you said, the red
Yeah.
creeping in, which is the anger. And I was like about to type out and comment and be like, that's crazy. Did she like ever ask about her other grandchildren? Like I felt
Yeah.
that like petty, like gross,
Yeah.
like, and I was like really close to doing it. And I told Tyler about it and he goes, well, I don't remember exactly what he said to me, but he said something like, try right now in this moment to find forgiveness, like for all of them. It's like
Right.
about to make me like tear up because I was like,
Yeah.
who are you? But he was like saying some really profound stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, F you, you're
No,
right.
literally,
And
like,
you
just
you
feed
didn't
my
give me what
fire,
I needed,
like,
but
yeah.
you gave me like
What you actually
stupid
needed.
like
yeah.
things that made sense. And so I went and I commented on it and I said, I'm so sorry for your loss. God bless. And I felt better
Yeah.
than had I been like,
Right.
F you, F
Yeah.
her. Maybe you should have been there for your
yeah.
other grandchildren, your 10 other children. And like, I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? And then he goes, oh, that's what he said. Because my dad's always saying he's sick.
Yeah.
He recently posted, I showed you the video in the hospital.
Yeah,
He said he
yeah.
had a heart attack and a brain tumor. Last time he talked to me, he was having kidney failure and had
Right.
like a month to live. Like
Right.
there's always like, and that may be
Something,
true.
yeah.
I don't know, but he's
Yeah.
always like on his last days. And that
Yeah.
was like years ago.
Right.
But he's like, maybe he is. And maybe, you know, that's what he's looking for in his last days. And a couple posts, he was talking about God. So I was like, you know what?
Right.
Okay.
It's so hard.
It's so hard.
It's so hard to bite that bullet. It's like, oh,
Because
my
I know
God.
you've talked about that with your mom. And it's
Well, yeah.
like, you're like, I've forgiven her. But again, that doesn't
No, but
mean,
I crashed out on her recently.
that doesn't mean
Yeah, like,
that you have to accept. We've
Yeah.
determined there is a difference.
yeah.
There is a difference. That doesn't mean I'm going to be like, Daddy,
Right,
I love you. Come
exactly.
into my life and
Exactly.
bring all your turmoil with it.
Right.
But I can be like, I forgive you.
Right.
You're over there.
Yeah.
I'm over here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's keep it that way.
Exactly.
And
And I'm so much of like my other thing about it is like, if my mom came to me and like genuinely admitted to her wrongs and genuinely like would have a conversation with me about it, and I'm so willing to
You're
clean
open to
slate
that.
it. I'm so
Yeah.
open to it.
Yeah.
I've always been open to it. However,
they don't do that.
they don't do that. And the thing, like, okay, so I'm glad that you chose not to say anything, because I will say, when I crashed out on my mom,
Oh, I have crashed out before, just so you know.
well,
Okay.
even the most recent one for me, it was not that long ago, because I also had like a giant discovery. I'm not quite ready to talk about it, but
Yeah.
like a lot of things happened, and she was just blatantly lying to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, well, whatever, like, you're a bitch anyway. Like, I don't know what it was. She said that to me, and something in my brain, it's like my eye was twitching and
Yeah.
my brain's like, and I literally called her every cuss word I could think
Yeah.
of. I was
You
like,
lost
I
it.
was like, oh, I know every cuss word. Like, I'm a grown
You're
up.
a human.
Like, I'm-
That's the human
Yeah.
like,
And I crashed out on her, and she like hung up the phone on me and then played the victim, of course. And she was like, I didn't say you were a bitch. I said you were acting
being a
like
bitch,
a bitch.
acting
I'm
like,
like,
yeah.
even right now, I'm getting a little hyped over it. But after I did that, after I had that whole crash out, after I was like, I said some horrible things, like, and
yeah.
like, I was like, you're the reason for this. You're the reason for this. Like, I was like, oh God. And she knows,
Yeah.
like, she is the reason for those things. But like, I didn't need to remind her.
Yeah.
She knows. And so afterwards, I'm like, I went back and I looked at the messages that I sent, and I was like, dang.
Always the worst
I
moment
feel
when
so
you
much
look back.
regret. I know. I'm like, because that's not
I
who
look back
I
at messages
am.
that
Yeah.
I was actually like,
yeah.
bullshit aside, I had to have been in like a demonic state, because there were some things that I've looked back at messages in my lifetime that I'm like,
Why would I say that?
that's
Well, yeah, because
actually
that's not a
horrifying.
representation of me. And it's like, I
right,
hate,
not at all.
I hate that this, especially parental figures and stuff like that, people that are supposed to take care of you but don't. Like, that's the part that pisses me off the most, is because that's the other thing I think about your grandma as well. It's because, yeah, your dad was like fucking up, but like, you're still her grandchild. And so like, she should have tried to help you. My grandma did. Like, my grandma,
Right.
like
That shouldn't matter.
The most amazing like, literally, I'll never say anything bad about her. She was amazing to me. She raised me from birth
Yeah.
until she literally
did.
died. Like, and so like, she did what she was supposed to do. Like, I feel the same way for my aunt. Like, she really stepped up in places that she was supposed to, but she also died.
You're all
So I'm like,
Everybody just leaves me.
Everybody just dies, I guess. Like, you don't like me? Okay, you could have said that. You don't have to die. Like, come on. But yeah, it really, like, it's like my ultimate trigger is my mom.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
it's like-
trauma. That's the trauma stored in
Yeah.
your body.
And it's so
that came
much,
out,
right?
and you lost your mind
Yeah.
in that moment. And that's, you know what? I don't want to be like, that's okay that you did that. But
Yeah.
it is.
Well,
Like, there's
it's human.
yeah, there's a point where, I mean, all of us have reached breaking points. I've done it with my children.
Yeah.
That's where it's hard too, is when it
Yeah.
comes to your parents or your children, you have a sense of regret and guilt. Like, you know, your kids are driving you crazy and you're like, just shut up. Or you say something and they're crying. Like, you look
Right,
at them
yeah.
and you're like,
Well, yeah.
I feel so bad.
Yeah.
But you snap.
yeah.
And you snapped. And
Yeah.
that was probably years of pent up
And I did
trauma
and,
and
it was
frustration.
like, I didn't even. It's like I could not even control the words that were coming
No,
out of my
you were
mouth.
blacked out.
Like,
I call
was
that a
like,
blackout.
and I was like, wow. Call
at
that
that
speaking in
moment,
tongues.
your
No, I'm just
mind,
kidding.
like, yeah, your mind switched to,
Yeah. No, literally, I went right back to that 13-year-old girl that was like screaming at my mom because I'm like, I shouldn't be the one in charge of our household.
Yeah.
I'm 13. Like,
Yeah.
you know, stuff like that. So like I went immediately back to that like, how can you still lie to me? I'm 30 years old. How can you still think that I don't know? Like, how can you still try to play off these? No, I was just taking a nap. I wasn't strung out on drugs. Like, I know you were. I knew when I was 13. I
Right.
definitely know that I'm 30.
Right.
Like, it's like, I don't understand. Like, she just doesn't know me at all as an adult.
Yeah.
Okay. I moved out when I was 15. That whole time from when I was 15 to when I was 21, literally, I saw my mom maybe 5 times.
No, she was definitely
Total.
not a part of
Not a part of my life. No.
no.
Like from when I was 9 to when I was 15, like, yeah, I did technically live with my mom, but who took care of me mostly was my stepdad.
Yourself?
Well, and myself.
Yeah.
My stepdad provided money. And he
Right, like the
felt
things that
really
an
bad
adult
for me.
needs to provide
Yeah,
in some way.
exactly. He felt really bad for me. But he also just like dipped one day. Like, so it's like,
Yeah.
you know, and so it was like crazy to like have that point in my life and her take so much credit for the person that I am. And I'm like, no,
Yeah,
I'm
that's, like,
yeah. She's
wild.
like, well, you know, you are the way you are because I was like, no, I am the way I am in spite of you. I was like, literally, like, there's this one scene that I see sometimes. I can't remember what movie it's from, but like, there's this mom and she's like very hoity-toity, like all that kind of stuff, and the daughter, and also very, very well-to-do, but not like the same kind of attitude at all. And the mom was like, no, I raised you to be a survivor. And the daughter is literally screaming, I survived you.
Right.
Like, you are what I had to survive.
But
Yeah.
can you look at the perspective of that still is why you are the way you are?
Well,
But
I
that's
would
not
say that, but it's like
to
no.
give her credit. That's to
Yeah.
say,
No, that's to discredit. It's like,
Right.
you're the reason I have anxiety. You're the reason that I'm afraid to sleep without the lights on. You're the
Right.
reason that I'm like all these things in my life that, but there are good things. Like, I'm not going to say like, but also the reason that I'm able to think for myself. Also the reason that I'm able to
I was
make
just going to
decisions
say,
on the
you
fly.
are able to be a survivor. You're able to be
right.
like self-sufficient.
Right.
You're able to be like
All of that.
aware of when people are not good people, shady.
Right.
Like, you have discernment. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there are those things
There
that
are both sides of the spectrum, absolutely. And I will say, like, but one thing, like, when it comes to like the discernment and stuff, like, I wouldn't be able to have that if it weren't for my aunt, not my mom, actually, because
but because of the way your mom was,
Right.
you had more exposure to your aunt.
yeah, exactly. So it's like those kind of things. So it's like, yeah, it has everything to do with how I am, but it's not. It's you don't get a reward
don't get to-
for
yeah.
that.
No,
Like,
100%.
Like I should get a reward for being able to do that. You don't get a reward because I turned out all right. Like, because I'm a good person.
Right.
I'm like, I'm a good person because I literally made sure that I was a good person. I was the only one in my household to go to church until I started making my little brother and sister go. My mom never went. My mom was like, I don't like, believe what you want to believe. And so I did. And I sought out better, and I sought out like how to treat people better and how to not, you know. And so it's like, while there were certain things that my mom did definitely to like keep up the facade, it was all selfish. Like, everybody in her life was
Yeah.
to benefit her.
Right.
And then when they don't benefit you anymore, like, you don't care. And so like when I stopped benefiting, she stopped talking to me.
Right.
Like, I'm not the one that originally stopped talking to my mom. My mom is the one that cut
Isn't that
me
crazy?
off
It's
for
the
no
parents.
reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go years later and it's like, oh, well, you never talked to me. I beg you to talk to me all the time, and you literally will give me one-word answers. You'll not respond. You'll leave me on red, and then you'll cry that you don't have a relationship with me. And I'm like, I literally beg you all the time to have a relationship with me, and you just won't.
They have it's addict behavior.
It's addict behavior.
It's I like some like when you were just saying all that too. I was thinking
Mm-hmm.
that same thing. Like, you know, I look back, like, how could you just like abandon your children? Like, literally, like, don't care. And then I'm
Right.
like, but then kind of like you were saying, my aunt, like, then you wouldn't have had your aunt as much in your life, and your
Right.
grandma as much in your life, who
Right.
I think helped molded you.
Right.
I wouldn't have my stepdad
Right.
had my dad been like
Right.
more involved, or
Yeah.
maybe like who knows how
Right.
that would have
Yeah,
gone. Like,
exactly.
so I'm like, and who is like, I think definitely a big part of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I like look back at that and I'm like, okay, sure, I'll give him that. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, thank you for being such a piece of S that you allowed me to be a better person.
Right. Right. And I do think because
You didn't make me a better person, but because you were a
Yeah.
piece. You know what I mean?
I feel like you might feel similarly in this. Like in my life, I didn't have a lot of people in my life that I wanted to grow up and be like, but I had many people in my life that I did not want to be like.
So my grandparents were amazing. See, you had good grandma too.
Yeah, but I didn't want her life.
Okay.
Like, it's like there was nobody, and that's what I mean.
I get what
not
you're
that
saying.
they're not
Okay,
good people.
okay.
That
Like
I
you're
never
like, I
had-
want to strive to be
like
like them.
this,
I
yeah.
would say my grandma, I do to this day strive to be like her.
Yeah.
As far as her, I mean, we had a good life. It wasn't anything
Right.
over the top, but
Yeah.
we had what we need. You know, my grandpa
Yeah.
had a good job, good career. But yeah,
Yeah. And so that's what I think it is. Like I never had
yeah, you're
like,
right.
like, and I do that thing sometimes when people are giving me like unsolicited advice, I'll be like, and I love that you took the time to give me that advice. And if I was looking to live the lifestyle that you're living, I would 100% listen to that.
Dude.
But since I'm not,
it's so funny you say that because
Yeah.
not naming names, but have you ever had like a couple? Let's just use an example. Like, I don't know.
let's say
like,
Brittany and Justin.
yeah.
I like denim on denim.
Like, yeah, denim on denim. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
That was a good era.
Yeah.
That okay, they're giving marital advice, right? And their marriage is what you don't want.
Right.
There's two ways you can look at that. You
Right.
could say, I want to be nothing like you guys.
Right.
Or they could be giving you advice of like how to not be like them. They're like, well, we're awful. Don't
Yeah.
do this because this
Yeah.
is what we did and this is
Right.
why we're this way.
Right.
But if they're like, do this so you could be like us,
Right.
you have to look at like the source, like you said.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's life is a mess and they're telling you like, well, you should do this, this, and this, and it's things they did, I want to hear what you did and how I shouldn't do that.
Right.
Is the type of thing. Like if
Right,
your
exactly.
marriage is awful, I don't want to do the things you did.
Right.
I want to not do those
Yeah,
things.
because just because you're together doesn't mean your marriage isn't awful.
Oh, 100%.
And that's the thing. Like, and just because like you're going through problems also doesn't mean your marriage is awful.
Right.
Like
It's all about how you deal with things.
I hate fake. That's all I hate. Like, if someone has a marriage where they can literally be 100% honest with each other, like through and through,
Yeah.
that's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want like, oh, well, it's perfect because we always go to dinner and he pays for all the bills. And I'm like,
I spitefully had
I'll pay
made
my own bills if it means that I can have a real conversation with someone.
100%. And I purposefully, speaking of that, will post my lashes and be like, my husband spoils me because, and I think you know,
Yeah.
because for the haters
Yeah.
that want to think
Yeah.
that that's what
Yeah.
matters.
Right.
It's like, we don't even have date night. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. We actually just had that conversation where like, we probably should do something just
Yeah.
us, just to have that
No, I
where there's
agree.
no kids. But that's not, I agree with what you're saying. The people that are like, well, he like they go out twice a week, which is
Yeah.
great. If you can do that, cool.
Right.
But if that's all you have is that he does this, he does that, we do this, we do that. It's like, what about the nitty gritty? Have you gone through the hard stuff? What's going to happen if you have to go through some real hard stuff? Not just he's at work all day, I'm at home all day, we go to dinner and it's perfect and wonderful. What if there's some like heavy stuff
Right.
going on? Will you survive that?
Right. Exactly.
Going out to dinner is not that. I'm telling you right now,
Yeah.
going out to dinner is not going to solve those problems.
No.
It's going to take some hardcore, like self-reflection, horrific talks.
Yeah,
Like-
no. I think that's the thing that really like people avoid a lot is like those really tough conversations. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to. Duh.
Can't do that.
Who does?
Nobody.
Who does? Nobody wants to go and say, hey, this is
Nobody.
the horrible, nasty, disgusting things that are inside me that I keep in this secret locked compartment that I can't let anybody know about.
And let me tell you,
You open the freaking box, dude.
when you open that box,
I'm not afraid of Pandora.
no, because let me tell you, opening that box should be something you're not afraid of.
Right.
Because you, even if it's scary and
Yeah.
there's something scary
And
in
it is scary.
when you open that box, that is a true test.
Mm-hmm.
If you can handle that box together,
Right.
it's going to be hard.
Yeah,
There's
but-
going to be long
but
nights.
It's so much easier together.
Long nights.
Yeah.
There's going to be like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., maybe even 24-hour nights
Yeah.
of talking and working through it. If you can do that,
Mm-hmm.
you will have, and I'm not saying that you have to do that to have a good relationship. I'm not saying you have to go through something hard, but you will have a
but I
relationship.
do think you have to go through something hard to
I do.
really know each other.
100%.
Like because I think there are people that have been married for years and have no idea who their partner
No
is.
clue.
That's how your husband
I
has
know
a second
some.
family, by the way.
I know some.
That's how your husband is doing all the things that he's doing.
Yes.
That's how your wife has 3 boyfriends, by the way. Because you don't know each
And
other.
I will say this too, is I think that society has made it toxic to be inclusive in your relationship. And I don't think it is. Some will disagree with me and I will catch hate for that. I don't think it's wrong to have access to each other's phone.
Yeah.
I don't think it's wrong to have access to each other's bank accounts. I don't think it's wrong to have access to each other's email. I'm talking
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should sit there with pie charts and look through it every 5 minutes of
I'm
every
actually
single
saying
day.
you shouldn't do that. Like you should
Right.
like you should have access to it so that you can have access to it so that if you want to go in it or if you need to go in or if anything.
Absolutely.
But I do and that's because we talked about that because you don't do this. But like I know people that literally will go through every single photo that was ever taken of all time, look at the time, look at the
I've
date,
done
try
it.
to match it
I
with
will do that.
Right.
But
Because-
you do it once.
But when you do that,
You do it once.
You know that you're not
Yeah,
in a good
100%.
headspace. Yeah. So
and I've done it. My
Yeah.
husband, I've done that with my husband, but that's I've done it once. Like you do it, and
Right.
then and it's not because of any reason.
No,
I mean,
it's just because sometimes and because you've been in horrendous relationships
Yes.
before, that's the reason that you do
Yes.
it. And I am the same way. Like I will go through your phone. I am so sorry, but I will go through your
and
phone.
there's nothing wrong with that because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're not trying to stop somebody from cheating or doing this
Yeah.
or doing that because they're going to do what they're going to do.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you have open. Like I said, I don't like to live my life through Instagram. Fucking therapists and influencers, but
Yeah.
they all say the same thing. That is not unhealthy. Like you said, the obsessive.
The obsessing is
But
unhealthy, but
the access to everything is not
access
unhealthy.
It's so healthy.
And you will see in the comments, what
Mm-hmm.
do they always say? I trust my man just because your man's like that. It's like, no, there is no like that.
It's not about
My man's
trust.
not like that because
Yeah.
I know everything.
Right.
You don't,
and
honey.
it's like
you don't
know who my person is.
whether they were a piece of shit in the past or I was a
know
piece of shit in
everything
the
that
past.
they've done. I know everything that they would. I know their patterns. I know their thing. I know this, and so they're not going to blindside me with
Right.
something that I don't know, and I'm not going to be
That's
able.
what's happening to you, probably.
Exactly.
Not you, but
yeah,
these
no,
other
it's
people.
happened to me before.
I'm sorry. They
but
want to believe so.
It's really hard
strong.
to blindside me.
Yeah.
I knew.
Well,
I just didn't.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is we know there's something, so it's not a
Yeah.
full blindside.
Yeah.
But and again, I have to be careful because I'm not talking about
Any specific people.
my husband. Yeah, like they're gonna be like, oh my god, see? And it's like, no, I
No, this
I
is.
know, and I
you're
will
strictly
say,
talking about past things that you've been
yes,
through.
but I
Yeah.
will say with my husband now, and we're not ashamed of it. Everything is combined.
Yeah.
I have a whole ass phone and the reason I have a phone is because it was used for our business.
Yeah.
The square on it, and it's a duplicate phone.
Yeah.
It's not even charged right now, but he doesn't care. I
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
We use it for our business. I have it. That literally a text pops up. It's going to pop up on that phone.
Yeah.
All the apps are on that phone. Like, what's the big deal?
Right. And I don't think there's anything wrong with people having privacy. Like because
Right.
I
and that's the
definitely
thing is like,
and yeah, like
that's not right that if a buddy of his is like, hey man, what's up? And I'm like, like
yeah.
reading that. That's
Yeah, no,
weird.
that's messed up.
Yeah.
But it's also in the same breath, like I understand you need privacy and everybody needs privacy because there's obviously going to be like some things that like you guys go to therapy and maybe there's something that he wants to talk to the therapist about you and he doesn't want you right there because
Right.
it makes him uncomfortable.
Right.
So yeah, privacy.
or a friend, like, I want to vent to you about something.
Exactly.
It's like
I
get
yeah,
that. And
don't-
you have to have the self-control. And I
Yeah.
do, surprisingly.
yeah, to not go through those like
Surprisingly. You would
Yeah.
think I wouldn't.
I
But-
always my number one rule anytime I would go through someone's phone, I would not go through their text messages with their siblings. I would not go through their
Right.
text messages with their family. I would
Right.
not go through their text messages with their best friend, even though I really wanted to.
Yeah.
I would only like when I went through because I did this to 2 of my exes. I've had 2 major exes and then 2 kind of exes. So I did this with my ex-fiance. I went every single girl ever. I went through every single thing, every single one. I'm like, but I knew what he was doing, right? So I
Like
knew
you went
where to
through
look.
old stuff.
Oh, I went through.
Yeah, no,
everything,
that's
yeah.
normal because
Yeah.
then you see what's up and what they're.
Yeah.
But like I'm talking about, I've done that.
Yeah, but I generally try to stay away from like family chats.
Yeah.
I try to stay because that's not my business. Like, and even I don't go through baby mama chats. If you have a child with
I
someone,
mean, he shows me.
that's not my business.
shows me that all the
Well, I
time, but,
mean,
like-
that's different.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not gonna go behind your back and go through
No.
that. I expect you to show me though. Like, if this lady is trying to like, mac on you, I expect you to show
no,
me.
yeah, nothing. No,
I say
no,
show me,
that's
or if
not-
she's being crazy,
that's not
like
how they are.
I would hope that you trust
That
me
ain't
enough that we
happening.
can like laugh about
Yeah.
it. Like I want
But
to
like,
LOL
I
over
think
your
that
crazy baby
people
mama
think
too.
that if you have that kind of access, that
Yeah.
means the man or the woman cheated, and that's not true.
No.
I have that access, and he has that access
Yeah.
to social media. I mean, I'm just so you guys know, I'm in that social. I run a lot of those pages.
yeah.
Like it's not to be like watch. I
Right.
physically run those pages.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Yeah, 100%.
Some people don't even know. I'm sure there's people on. I'm not even going to say which one, so you can keep coming. Some people,
there's a lot.
probably don't know that I'm the one running the
Yeah,
page, like
right.
logged in on my phone.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
we're both logged in, but
Yeah, and while we do have a social media team, it's also like we see a lot of this stuff, guys.
Yeah,
Like,
you
it's
still
not,
see it.
It's not okay. Just because someone else might have responded to a message doesn't mean that we're not like going through and like making sure that everything got
100%.
responded to and like all of this
100%.
stuff. Like,
yeah, and it's like, so we do the same thing, and I don't think that that's toxic. I don't.
no.
And I think that a lot of women
the
want to think
obsession
it's
is
yes,
toxic.
and I do
Yeah.
think, and I've done that before,
Yeah.
and I think you have to get that out of the way.
Well, yeah, and you're only like here's the thing about it too. You're only like that when you're with a toxic person.
Yeah.
Like I've never been in a situation to where I fully trusted the person and I was going through their stuff every day.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Remember how you said that when you were? Can we talk about being logged into other?
Oh yeah, I was one of my
Okay.
exes. I was logged into his account for
I was like,
several
can this be
months
public?
without his knowledge.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
And-
he knows.
Yeah. So
We've
I
talked
mean,
about it.
and that becomes unhealthy for you.
So unhealthy.
So that's where
Because-
that's where it needs to have that boundary.
So
is like
unhealthy.
it's unhealthy for you.
Exactly. And it's so unhealthy. Like every single thing that I saw, I compared to myself directly.
Right.
And I was comparing myself to be like, well, I guess because I'm 5'9", I guess he'll never be. What?
Yeah. No.
No, like
ridiculous.
Like, and to the point where I'm like, I am a beautiful woman. Like, this is not like, and plus, like, a lot of what you see online is fake. Nobody actually looks like that. I look like this. Like, I try my best to
Videos
make sure that
will
like,
tell you the truth. Other people taking videos.
Anybody looking at this, you can see what I look like.
And when you look at somebody's page and they be filtered, like, you know,
Yeah.
obviously none of us want to take unflattering pictures.
Yeah.
But you see that, like, look, and they're tagged. And if
Right.
there's somebody that took a video of them out, you're going to see something. You're going to see someone different.
Yeah,
You're going to see a different person.
And listen, just stop doing that. Like, we need to stop catfishing, even if it's just a little. Like, because there's this one girl that I follow, and I know she be editing her pics because, like, I'm
Dude.
like, her ass is not that fat. I know that it's not. I've
That's
worked
like
with her. I've
Goob,
met
that
her.
guy
I've seen
Goob.
her. Like, I've spent time with her, and I'm like,
Have you heard of him?
no.
There's this guy Goob. He that's what he does. Is he
Is
like
he, like,
calls out
proves?
especially
Yeah.
fitness influencers because they're selling programs, and he's like, you're
Yes.
lying, and he shows where like there's a slight like bend in the wall, or and
Yeah.
he's like boom, 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 and he'll like put lines, like he does like a
Yeah.
whole like analysis of
I
it,
love that.
and then he'll like call them out. And they'll be like, take that down. And he's like, no, take down your fake pictures if you're selling people thousands of dollars
Yeah.
worth of fitness programs.
Well, I think that it should be required if someone edits their photos, it doesn't matter how much. If you're editing your photos, it should be required to say that you edit your photos.
Yeah.
My edited photos, you can tell my body's not edited, my face isn't edited, but you can tell I'm not purple. Okay.
Obvi.
Like, I'm obviously not
I
purple.
don't have stars sparkling behind
Right,
me.
right. Okay, this is not like
Yeah.
if I edit a photo, it is so obvious that it is edited. that like
Yeah.
I try, like my entire Instagram feed is literally like a collage,
But it's still
of-
you.
It's still me.
Like,
Like I
that's
don't
what
edit
I
my
do is, like,
body.
if
I don't
I
edit
do
my
it-
face.
Exactly. If I do a story, it's gonna say
I edit my
tan,
background.
whatever. Like it'll
Yeah.
say what it's on.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change. Like I don't need to add lashes, but
Right. Like,
like
add
you can
lashes,
tell
add
when
this,
people
add
add
that,
these
yeah.
lashes, like they are
Exactly.
like these, like
Yeah.
just stop.
I'm
Just
like,
stop.
I know that's not real. Like, and if you see my TikTok, yeah, I do be adding lashes on that.
Yeah.
I do. I'm a lash artist. I can't be out there bald half the time. Come on, guys. I have an image to uphold on that.
Right.
But I also make sure to post plenty
can't
of
be
things
bald. I die.
that don't have a filter. Like, I'm like, I like people to know what I really look like. And even like that trend, there's this trend on TikTok that I participated in. And it's like the song is like, girl, that's not me. Like it's like that song. And it's 2 photos. And the first one is like
A filter?
I have makeup on
Yeah.
and like everything. Like, because I'm a professional makeup artist, guys. Like I can alter
Yeah.
the way that I look via just makeup. I
Right.
don't need the filters. But it's like a photo of just like a cute little whatever. Like I have my makeup done, my lips are lined, and like you can see my full lips
Yeah.
when they're lined. And so it's that picture, and the next picture is me. I'm literally sitting on the toilet, my hair's messed up, and I have headphones on. And so the song is like, "Girl, that's not." And the first caption is like, "OMG, like you're so pretty. I wish I looked like you." And I was
And then
like,
it's
"Girl, I wish I
that-
looked
yeah,
like me too."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I do not look like that. Like
No.
like I'm pretty, I'm beautiful, all the stuff, but like that was a good angle, that was perfect lighting, that was like great makeup. Like I put on 5 products before my foundation, guys. And that's not including blush, that's not including contour, that's not including highlighter, that's not including powders. Like this is the thing. Like I feel like people are just taking it too far because they're doing everything that I'm doing and then also face tuning to
On
the
top of
gods.
that,
Like being
100%.
being like, ooh, let me nip and tuck in this and
Like, yeah, obviously makeup, like,
yeah. Like it's so like, but that's the thing, like makeup can alter your appearance only like
somewhat.
so much, unless
I mean, I've
some of
seen
the,
some people do some crazy stuff.
no Korean makeup, like stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen like, hold on, I don't want to say Korean specifically. The one that I saw was a Korean creator, but I don't know if it's like specific to there. But
Oh, where they can make them
they
look like a different
add
race.
fake noses
Yeah.
on. They do the tapes.
Yeah.
They do like prosthetics. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, that's crazy
That's
work.
crazy.
That's crazy work.
Like,
That's like worse than a filter.
It's like almost impressive.
Yeah, it's like
I'm like, no, you
what's it
can
called? Like theater
look
makeup.
like that, but like you gotta do a lot to get
Like
there.
stage makeup,
Yeah.
like special effects.
And my thing is like, I don't know. This is probably controversial, but like a lot of people like be hating on like Asian eyes and stuff, and I'm like, they're so pretty,
Right.
Like the shape that they
You know who
already
hates
are.
on Asian eyes more than anybody?
Probably Asian people.
Asians.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's because like those weird little Asian men told them that they're like, your eyes have to be not like that. You're ugly if you don't have big eyes.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
and
hey,
you have to have small feet, which is why they bound and broke their feet into
Oh,
like
yeah.
that was wild. Like when I
yeah,
saw
it's
literally
still a
this
thing.
big,
No, I know.
this big.
I watched a
They break their bones
documentary on
and
it recently.
bend them and
Yeah.
mold them. Like, what are you doing? That's
like literally, if this is
self-mutilation.
the regular foot, they
It's
tuck it under like
horrifying
this.
looking.
like literally like this.
Yes.
Like their toes are,
and then it's
are like
permanently
this.
like that.
Yeah, and they walk like this. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm just like, I hate when people like just be down on themselves for no, like you don't have to do all that. Like I know that like,
I mean,
like the Kardashians ruined a lot of things,
right.
and they created these like super unrealistic beauty standards. They all have had every surgery. They all have had every. They
Even
all
if
do
they
every
say they
filter.
haven't,
They all
they
do everything.
have.
It's like the one that looks the most like herself is probably Kendall.
Is it?
She's the
She looks
tall
most
one.
natural. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a tall one. She's
I
the
feel
tall
like,
one.
What's her name? Courtney doesn't look that fake.
Oh yeah, I guess. I always forget.
I'm
about
sure
Courtney.
she's had
Yeah, I'm sure she.
the
hates-
forgotten sister,
No, literally, it's because like, you know, Kim.
Kim, and now
Which-
Courtney's or Chloe's
Yeah.
gotten a little bit of a limelight, but
Yeah, well, because Chloe's so funny.
no, people like Chloe.
Like, I think people are attracted to Kim.
But I think people like to also hate Kim.
Yeah, they love to hate on Kim, especially because like the reason she got famous was because of that sex tape that her mother cleared. By the
But
way,
sometimes she can be unlikable.
yeah,
There are
definitely.
times she can be unlikable.
You can tell she grew up with a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, And that's the other thing is like I feel like the other one that everybody likes is the Kylie Jenner 'cause she's also really funny, but also really pretty. But she was really pretty before, and then she got all the surgeries and stuff, and now she looks like, it's not my place to judge like how she looks like, but I'm just saying like stop forcing this girl to get surgeries, please. And if you're not forcing her, stop encouraging her.
Well,
She's
Chris
already
looks
so
like
beautiful. Scary.
Lost like
Don't-
50 years on her.
Don't worry. It's settled now. She doesn't look quite as young anymore.
Oh, she's going back.
Well, yeah, because initially,
the
at first, when you
potion?
get the facelift.
Oh, I thought the potion was starting to wear off.
Oh, yeah, the potion. But
I
like,
thought whatever fucking elixir she drank is starting to like
it's just that,
reverse
like,
itself.
the same thing.
I
like-
believe it's like Death Becomes Her. They all drank.
Oh, children's
potion.
blood. Yeah, I think
They
do
all
too.
drank it from the lady who kind of looked like Kris Jenner, actually.
Crazy.
If you haven't seen Death Becomes Her, I know I'm old. I need you to go watch it.
Yeah.
Because that's what's happening in Hollywood. Just so you're all aware.
Yeah, because life imitates art.
Yeah, it's happening.
So-
They drink something and then they become
Younger.
like they become younger, but they also can't die, but you do die. So like they have to put like makeup on because you're like dead, but you're like not.
Yeah, you're rotting still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
They're zombies.
it's kind of but yeah, like I just think like we were talking about earlier, the jelly roll thing, like the man lost a lot of weight. We understand it, and that's great for him.
Yeah.
But people are already starting
The theories.
the
Well, yeah.
that he sold his soul to the devil,
Right.
that he's starting to be seen with other Hollywood elites that he never
Yeah.
would have been in contact with before.
Yeah.
That he
I
lost
will say,
weight insanely
just
fast.
because you're skinny doesn't mean you sold your soul to the
I
devil,
agree.
guys. It's okay to be skinny.
I
It's
agree.
okay to lose weight. Jelly roll, that's gonna be a hard one for me to get behind because I'm like, jelly roll sold his soul to the devil.
I think that it's a reach.
Right.
I think that it's unfortunate that I believe that and this is allegedly my belief only,
Right.
that he had gastric bypass and just doesn't really, it's nobody's business at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
he has said he's done it naturally, which, whatever. It doesn't matter what he did.
Right.
But I think that would clear a lot up because that's everybody. The conspiracy theorists
Right.
are like, but he lost weight. Yes, he lost weight, like you said, for a couple of
Yeah.
years. And then all of a sudden was like, bam,
Yeah.
skinny, like
Yeah.
overnight.
Yeah, like he was still like a decent sized guy, like, but then it was like not, and it's like, and maybe like, with media and the perception of things, maybe like maybe he was, and like we were only
Right.
getting old stuff for a
That's
while,
true.
and this is not whatever, but it's like, it when you're a public figure like that, like people are obviously going to like place you under scrutiny because you chose to be a public figure like that. It's the same thing for us, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's the same thing
$25
for us.
million lawsuit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. And so it's just like crazy to me that like every time somebody does something, it's like they're making deals with the devil. I'm like, there are other people
And
they
I
can
do
make
believe
deals
there
with.
are things like that going on.
Yeah.
But I don't think that, and me of all people that thinks everything's demonic,
Yeah.
obviously I believe that. But I do think that it turns into a reach of like, they wipe their nose like this and that was a satanic
Right.
like
no, stuff like that. I'm
gesture.
like, oh,
It's
come
like,
on.
hard.
Like, come on. Like if somebody was fully doing like the Baphomet statue thing, I'd be like, yeah, that's probably a,
And I've seen videos that do appear like that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't see before and after.
yeah.
I don't know what's happening. Like, and I've seen videos where it really does look like they're doing, I don't
Yeah.
want to do it, but
Yeah,
doing the
that's why I
thing
didn't do it.
multiple times.
Yeah.
And then they like see a camera and they like make a face. But I'm like, the way things can be edited can be
Mm-hmm.
very,
And now AI, you can't trust anything. I've seen the update. This has to be a whole other episode because what time is it? Yeah, we're already getting long. So,
we're good for like another 30, 40
the advancements of
If we want.
AI
is insane.
is actually insane. Like there was this one that I saw on X. I know. And and it was like this was the old version and it looked pretty good AI and it was like but this is the updated version. I was like, "Oh no."
It's more realistic.
It looked real. It looked real. There was nothing in the background that was off and weird. No
When
people
is
with multiple
the
arms.
first,
Like,
let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
When do you think the first framing is going to come out of a heinous crime that's AI generated?
as soon as they're able to make the AI undetectable. Because right now
Unless
they can
it's already
still,
happened and
they can
it's
still detect
government
AI.
shit that we don't know
Usually
about.
they can still detect AI. Like for the most part, they can still detect that it's AI, like based on what programs were used to create.
I have a
like,
video of
each-
Tessa doing drugs.
Right.
Let me show you.
Right. Exactly. It's like, you can't believe that.
So you're saying right now they have ways to detect that I made that video by AI.
Correct. Because
And eventually that will be some hacker, some cyber
right.
genius is going to find a way to get that off to where you can
Right.
undetect that it's AI.
Right. Well,
And then it's your word of, no, I didn't. And I'm like, I have
Yeah.
a video.
well, then obviously you would just test me for drugs.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, okay, clearly I didn't, or else drugs would be my system. So,
But that you'd still
Yeah.
have to go through all that
exactly.
and prove yourself when you
Right.
shouldn't have to prove yourself.
Right. Well, I feel like it's gonna like start to be like stuff that like probably like camera roll footage is inadmissible in court, like
Right,
stuff
it's
like
gonna
that.
have to be.
It's only gonna be like CCTV footage is admissible, like stuff like that, like surveillance cameras
Yeah.
from, and not even Ring camera, not even that kind of stuff. Like it'll be like specifically only cameras that like, and then now we're in a mass surveillance state. Now there's cameras everywhere, and now they convince us to let them put CCTV cameras on every single corner
There you
because
go.
like we need to, yeah.
Right.
And that's what it's going towards. Like, that's the crazy part about it. It's like, we've already opened the Pandora's box of AI. We're not going back.
No.
We can't go back. It's not going to happen. There's too many people that are so involved in wanting to be God so badly. And that's what AI is. You're creating a world. You want to create a world.
A literal world.
You wanna
People were
create
worried
a-
about robots.
Create a safe system. Well, robots paired with AI, those are
No, I
hand in
know,
hand.
but I'm just
Like,
saying people were not ready
robots
for
taking over. They weren't prepared for
full-blown.
an entire universe to be created.
Yep.
A self-sustaining universe that is literally in a computer.
self-sustaining, which is actually the most terrifying thing about it.
Right. That's what I'm. That's
That is the
scary
most
part.
terrifying part about it.
Right. That's the scariest part.
It doesn't
because
even
it's
need
like-
us.
Yeah, because soon it's literally we're just going to be what energy sources.
We're just
gonna
gonna,
have
because
AI,
it's gonna
like,
have
just
all the
goggles
information
on.
eventually.
Right.
It may not have everything now. It has most
Yeah.
everything that it needs
Yeah.
to have, but as time
And
goes
people
by,
keep
it's just
putting
gonna
more
be-
information into the system. Like I'm like 2 weeks clean of Chat GPT.
I feel like you deserve a chip.
It's been really
Like
hard.
you need like a little medal that says
yeah,
like
it's been really
in
hard.
2 weeks.
I all like every day I'm like, oh,
You don't need it.
well, but I had all my lists.
I know.
I'm like, ugh.
You're like, I couldn't even know what to eat without it. Like, remember how you're like, you could put dietary restrictions in there.
No,
It's
I
like-
was like, hey, come up with a grocery list for me.
Yeah, now you could be like, I'm not eating dairy. Help.
I'm like, now I have to come up with my own
Ugh.
list. I know, and it's like I get it, but also like I do need to utilize my brain. Like that's the thing,
Right.
Like, and after I found out, well, two things. One, I found out about the AI child porn, and no, I'm not saying that ChatGPT specifically is, but the same. Like people think that there's really like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people out here like making AI better. No, like you have like the amount of knowledge that you have to have in order to even like make a program. There's not that many people out in the world that are doing that, right?
I hate
So
it.
you have to think that like it started somewhere and then it expanded, and I'm talking like Silicon Valley boys, like that's usually like where all the techie AI stuff. You're telling me they don't talk, you're telling me they don't collaborate, you're telling me they don't share ideas, you're telling me they don't work on each other's program, like and yeah, to a certain point,
yeah, I think
like,
it's all one big.
right. It's just a
demonic- I'm
conglomerate
just
of
kidding.
people, right?
There's like a thing here, the
Yeah.
umbrella. We'll call it the umbrella,
Yeah.
and then all the
The trickle down
Yeah.
from it. Exactly. And so that's the thing is I'm like, so if I'm actively like feeding into funding ChatGPT, I'm also actively feeding into making AI look more realistic. And one of the things about making
Yep.
AI look more realistic is realistic child porn, and I'm not okay with that. Like
Absolutely
I don't,
never,
it's
ever
not
in
a
a million
victimless
years.
crime. It's not okay. It's not technically it's not a child. I'm like, but yeah, you're still finding a way to exploit.
the creator is a monster. The person watching it is a monster. The company displaying it is a monster. Like what? Like that was perfect. That
Right.
one video we saw that said, "What do you mean a victimless crime?" The
Right.
victim is the person watching it because
Right.
you need some to get some
And that's
severe
not
help.
okay. And that's the thing. Like, I'm like, if you have these sexual fantasies that are literally like consuming and taking over your life, you need to talk to somebody. You need to tell somebody. And you're like, well, I can't just tell anybody, because yeah, you're right. You can't just tell anybody. You need to go get professional help.
Immediately.
Like, and when I
It's
say
not
professional
normalized.
help,
We're
I
never
don't
gonna
mean you have to
normalize
buy
it.
it. No, I mean, go. They have groups. They have groups for
I
sex
know, because we
offenders.
talked about that. How you said it's so
Yeah.
hard to find. It's expensive. It's hard to get medical
Yeah.
insurance. It's hard to survive. So we understand that. Call a hotline. Call a free hotline. Go. Yes, you've said you've
Mm-hmm.
dealt with religious prejudice. It can happen.
Yeah.
I have not met anybody other than you. I know it exists.
Yeah.
I've seen stories, so
Yeah.
I know it exists. But I have no one that I can personally talk to aside from you to
Yeah.
say, well, how did this? So yes,
Right.
I understand if you're afraid to go to like a church or talk to a pastor and be like, by the way, I'm thinking about children.
Yeah.
And you're afraid they're going to be like,
Right.
and just like either persecute you, call
Yeah.
the cops, or like
Yeah.
judge you.
Right.
But you got to do something.
Yeah.
Find someone, do something.
Yeah. If you're a man, go talk to a man about it.
Go do
I'm
something.
being so real because a lot of times, it's like, oh, well, who am I going to tell? Like, blah, blah, blah. You need to tell another man about it. That's who you need
Absolutely.
to tell about it. And you need to tell a man who you know is a good person. Mm-hmm. Because
Yep.
like, that's who you need to tell. Like, genuinely, like, that's just really just who you need to tell. It's not like keeping that stuff inside of you. Like, it's the same thing. Like, for me, like, when I blew up on my mom, right? It's like, okay, I didn't blow up on her this time. Okay, I didn't blow up on her this time. But if every time I'm thinking about blowing up on her,
Yeah.
eventually I'm gonna.
Yes.
And so, like,
100%. And that's the thing is like with these situations, hear me out. Again, some people may not agree with me, but this is where I stand in my faith. Sometimes when you expose yourself and you get help and you tell someone close to you and or friends or family or something like that,
right.
it might release you from
Right.
it. Believe it or not. Sometimes
Yeah.
it might not, and it
Yeah.
takes way more than that.
Yeah.
But there are times where you get out something that is like dark and you're like, oh my gosh, that's what I needed, is to get like almost like release it. And I do believe that God plays a part in that. And again, some people might be
Yeah.
like, oh, so God can just cure people of pedophilia. Yeah, I do believe that, but it doesn't just like happen like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you get it out, confess it,
Yeah.
like, and I don't just mean like going to confession at a church. I'm
Yeah.
saying confess to somebody these things.
Yeah, because sometimes you
That
might
you're
be
ashamed of.
OCD, by the way.
Right.
Like this is something, and one of the most common OCD thoughts is,
Intrusive
"Am I a
thoughts,
pedophile?
yeah.
Oh my God, wait, am I a pedophile?"
Which sounds crazy to people that don't.
It
I don't
sounds crazy,
luckily
but-
have that issue,
No,
but
literally, this is something that I've struggled with. I'm like, oh my God, what if all this time I've secretly been a pedophile? Like, what if this is
Right,
something
but you
that
don't
I
feel
actually
like
struggle
you
with?
are.
No, I'm not attracted
No,
to kids.
no.
I'm nothing. And literally, you know
I just
what-
saw an Instagram post
you know
about
what,
that. She's like,
cured me.
what?
I did talk to a therapist about this actually, because I was like, I'm so afraid that I might accidentally like secretly be a pedophile and I just don't know. And she goes, "Have you ever been attracted to kids?" And I'm like, "Well, no." But and she goes,
She's like, then you're not.
"That's your answer, dude. Like, what do you
Right,
mean?"
right,
Like,
right.
And I was like, "But what if like it's secret and like in my heart?" And she was like, "Tessa, you would know. You would know. You would be attracted to children." She's like, "Do you get horny around kids?" I'm like, "No, that's weird."
Girl,
and
that's
she's like,
horrifying.
"So you're not attracted
Yeah.
to children?" And I was
And
like,
that is a symptom of OCD.
Yeah.
And
it's a
it's
real
not just
thing.
like there's,
And it's
you'll think
scary,
that
like,
there's a big one with people thinking there's bleach in their food. That's a huge one, that there's some kind of cleaning like if you cleaned within a day, you think all your food has bleach in it.
Right.
Every single item in your house is filled
Yeah.
to the brim with
Yeah.
bleach. And these sound crazy to people that probably don't experience OCD. And luckily, because that would be really debilitating, my spectrum of OCD is obsessive thoughts about things that have happened. Like obsessive. Like I have to not only break it down, I have to understand it. Like, let's say somebody like betrayed me.
right.
I can't just like that is never like,
No.
and I have to go to therapy for this because I
Right.
can't just, even with, you know,
Yeah.
the suicide, I couldn't just like accept that. I
Right.
needed to understand step by step,
Right,
how,
exactly.
why, what, when,
Exactly.
like details, like, and it's like something that your brain, it's like eating itself. Like I can't just be like, okay, well, I'm going to put that aside for a second. I've learned to do that. And actually again, that's my belief,
Mm-hmm.
but praying has helped me. They said, we do have control of our thoughts. You can say, even if it's a placebo effect in that moment,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you're like, God, I take this from me. I need to surrender this for a minute. I can't keep thinking about this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I have to give this to you. Please help me. Then do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No,
it's not
completely
healthy
agree.
to obsess.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we were
And
saying with the
usually
phones.
It's like a trigger that happens that like, and now you start thinking this.
Now
like,
it
oh my God.
snowballs.
My trigger was the guy that I dated that lied about his age to me. I thought he was older than he was, and he lied.
You're like,
to me. Yeah,
he's a child.
And he was still 20
Right,
years old.
yeah.
By the way, he was still fully
But it
an adult.
triggered you.
But it triggered me so badly. I'm like, oh my god, like how can I? What? How did I? Because I thought he was like 26. Like I was like, oh, okay, and that's like pretty much my age at the time, and so I was like, oh, cool, like that's fine. And honestly, like being like 27 and 20, that's not that big of a deal, but
it triggered you.
it triggered me, and I was like, oh my god, like something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm attracted to this 20-year-old.
No. Right.
It was crazy.
No, you're not Kendra Lakari, who's quite literally attracted to a 16-year-old.
And that's weird.
Yeah.
That's so
That's
weird.
super weird.
I'm like, because I've seen,
At 20 years old, that's still a man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's a change that happens, and
Yeah,
when
exactly.
a physical change that happens, like,
literal
I don't
physical
care
change
how much older they a
Yeah.
16-year-old looks like a kid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do. I've never been like around like a 16-year-old kid or like any like post-pubescent boy, you know what I mean? Still children, and been like, yeah, need to get me some
In
of that.
fact,
I'm always like,
It's oddly they're oddly gross.
They
Like,
look- they're
they just look
gross.
gross. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, like I think teenagers
And that's
are
why
gross.
you're not
yeah
a gross
And I'm
pedophile.
like, oh yeah, I think that I probably would be like, ooh, instead of like, ew.
And
you
that's
know?
why teachers that do that are monsters.
weird.
Yeah.
Weird. That happened at my high school. Like my art teacher, like this, he was 18.
I don't care.
She was still his teacher.
Yeah.
And I will say I do know that he heavily pursued her. That doesn't matter. You're
Also
the
don't
grown
care.
up.
Also
You're
don't
the
care.
grown up.
100%.
It doesn't matter. Oh, she threw it right at me. Why'd you catch it?
Right. No, never.
Why'd you catch it? You
And
shouldn't
that's
have.
why I
Like-
say where back to like how I just brought up back to the phone thing, the social media thing. If you
Mm-hmm.
have access to your partner, like you have to have the self-control to not go to an unhealthy, obsessive.
Right.
And like you said, if there are things that did happen,
Yeah.
I get it. Some people are like, that's the first stages of rebuilding that trust and healing. You do have to kind of go through
Yeah.
that. And they say, sorry, that's part of you fucked up. So you're going
Right.
to have to deal with some
Yeah, and it's
wild
true,
shit.
unfortunately.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But as that trust builds, or if nothing has happened and you still have that type of like relationship, and that's the thing too, is that ruffles some feathers of exes.
Yeah.
And that ruffles some feathers of people that they're currently with.
Right.
So let's say you were with somebody and that he was like full access to my phone, full blah, blah, blah. And now say you guys aren't together anymore.
Right.
And you're with somebody, he's with somebody new and they're he's not letting them do
Right.
that.
Yeah.
They're going to be like,
Why are you doing
wait,
that? Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
And it's like, sorry, not ever, you have to be the right
Yeah.
person. You have to be
Right.
with the right person. You have to be
Right.
the right person. I know for a fact that like in my past, I'm sure in Tyler's past, like there wasn't full access to everything. Maybe there was to like certain extents, but
Right.
like that's what we want. We
Yeah.
want full access.
Yeah, and it's because of the things that you guys have been through.
Yes.
That's the thing. Because same with him. He's. I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole, but oh my god, what? Anyways,
the things he's gone through.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
horrifying.
Also the women,
Yeah. Oh,
also the exes. I've
we all
seen a
make
couple.
mistakes. We
And
all
I'm
make
sorry,
mistakes.
and everybody makes mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes, and that's what's
Yeah.
the biggest slap in the face is making that mistake and then
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just
It's a lot. I'm just like, oh. And you know, to each their own. Like I
Right.
have a friend that like one of my closest friends loves ugly dudes. And so I know that there are people
Interesting.
out there. Like she just loves an ugly dude.
but she finds him attractive.
No.
Oh, okay. She just likes that. She's attracted to that he's ugly.
Yes.
Trippy.
she like sorry.
But that's okay.
She knows what I'm talking. I know she's gonna watch this. I know she's
and
gonna
I'm
know
sorry
what I'm
because
talking
if she knows who she is, I don't mean this. I mean this in the nicest way. And I'm looking at you in the camera. That means you have some kind of trauma. That means that you
She knows.
are insecure, and that
It's
it
not-
makes you
no,
feel
it's
good.
Not, it's not the insecure. It's not the insecure. Because she doesn't. It's never ugly guys that don't have pull.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's not that. It's that literally. That's just like she just doesn't find and so a lot of times she'll be like, oh, I'm talking to this guy like blah blah blah, or before, or still, or maybe never. I don't know, because who am I talking
Who
about?
we don't know.
Yeah, and she'll be like, oh, like I'm talking to this guy, and I'm like, oh, sorry, what?
Like it's that bad.
No, well, to me,
Well, I mean, there's still an average.
Yeah.
Everybody has a type,
we
but
have
there's
very different types.
but there's still a
Yeah.
Remember how you said the message is still the same?
yeah,
There's always going to be people have types,
Yeah.
but there's still that baseline
of like what an attractive person
of
is.
like
or what
holy guacamole that is
Yeah.
just really bad.
I'm like,
Like,
oh, I'll be like, oh, you love a short king. Wow. Like just stuff like that. But like, you know, I will say like she's doing currently, I will say she's doing better.
Okay.
She is.
she's healing.
Yeah, her current one is not like insulting to look at. So like
Oh my god.
so I feel like
That's
wow, she's doing no, she'll say the same thing. And I love her so much and she knows. But I'm just saying like it's just like, you know, just everything is like based on like what you've been through and like how you handle things, and like, you know, you have to have that communication, you have
Yeah.
to have that like, you know, just very much like
I don't know how a
solidarity.
married couple doesn't have. I'm not saying you should be dating for 2 months and be like, I'm gonna need your bank. I
No.
mean, actually, you fucking should,
yeah.
because you
Actually.
like. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
somebody you're like, I want to be with this person.
I think
go for it, sister.
I think once you're at 5 months, it's like okay,
like,
we
but
have
then
to
you
start-
could have saved yourself 5 months. Let me tell you.
yeah,
like
well, I think that it takes at least 3 to like
be comfortable.
kind
even
to
saying-
get to know someone's true intentions.
right.
Like after like
You're
3
like, okay,
months,
so
they
here's
usually
a list
drop
of
the
passwords I'm gonna
facade.
need.
Yeah.
Here's a list of apps I'm gonna need.
Yeah.
Here's a list of. I'm gonna also need. And don't forget, guys, there's hidden folders, and they're
Yeah.
very easy. We
Yeah.
don't. Ours are empty, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be real. Ours are actually empty. Like hidden photo albums.
Yeah.
Check the calculator app.
Oh,
Calculator app is a secret. We could just give we should
One of
give
my friends
everybody
told
our
me.
knowledge.
One of
'cause
my
we
friends
have
told me that you
knowledge.
can tell whether or not someone took a photo and sent it to you, or sent you an old photo based
Correct.
on if you save it in your phone. If it's a new photo, it'll be at the beginning. If it's an old photo that they took previously,
it
it'll
goes
go
Yes,
back
it does.
to when they
and
took
also,
it.
sometimes it shows the location and it shows the date it was
Yeah.
taken.
Yep.
It's crazy.
All you have to do is
I
click
know all the
info.
tricks. You can
Yeah.
also go to settings and you can look at time. You go on like their
How much time they spend on each
and
app.
that shows apps that are even deleted.
Yeah, it's like,
Even
why do you spend
deleted.
45
And
minutes on
again,
the calculator app?
so we can be clear.
Right.
Not talking about my husband. Okay. But I have access to all that.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about that. I have
Yeah.
to go on his setting. Like I literally, his phone is
No.
open all the time. No password.
This is
like
knowledge that has been procured over at least
many
a
years.
decade of time.
Many years.
Many
This
years.
is experience that we should do an episode on how. I mean,
yeah.
you'll be shocked on things. Like, well,
I'm sorry,
obviously,
but I've been going
I
through
don't know
phones
what
since I
married
was 10.
couple.
I
doesn't
went through my
have-
mama's phone. I went through. I can't. I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna
I'm
get
gonna
hate
do
for
it.
this. I don't know what married couple doesn't have access to bank accounts. Now, here's the thing: is
Mm-hmm.
do I think you should have your own bank account?
Yeah. I don't think you have to have a joint account.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a joint. We have
Separate.
separate, but it's all in the app. Like you
Yeah.
can still see
Yeah,
it.
you can see it,
But
yeah.
like, I don't need to be like, can I spend $5?
Yeah.
Like, no. Obviously, I also have my own money, but. Aside from that, I'm just saying, like, if you can't look at all your finances together,
Mm-hmm. Right.
I think that's weird.
That's a red flag.
I think that's a red flag.
That's a huge red flag.
Like, I have
I'm
access to
very-
credit cards.
Particular about my finances too.
And then like we pay people for our businesses through Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Apple Pay.
Right.
I have access to all that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you not have access to that? That's crazy work.
Right. Right. Unless you have a spending problem and you will spend the money and you need to not have access to it, that's the only
Oh, like you're saying that he's like, I'm cutting you off because you're
Right.
spending too much money.
Yeah.
But you should still be able to look at her finances.
yeah.
I'm not saying access to the money.
Yeah.
I'm saying access to
Yeah.
the bank account.
Well, you can still transfer things out of the bank account.
But you could see that transfer and where it went.
Yeah, that's true, but it still wouldn't stop the transfer. So that's what.
Yeah, but then
I've-
you go,
I've
where
had-
was this and why?
Well, I've
And-
met some people that like really, really, really did having access to all of that. They really, really did their partner dirty. So like.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
that. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
a married
But
couple, like
honestly,
yeah,
you
you
could
could
be married if you know that. And that's the thing about you need to get to know your partner.
They're like, oops, I accidentally transferred all your money into my account and then closed it and opened a new one that you have no access to. Bye.
Right.
Yeah, you could do some dirty stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm saying as far as like, you know, there's women that are like, I didn't know my husband had OnlyFans or
Yeah.
whatever. And
Yeah.
which I think comes up, I saw online Frenzy or Frizzy. It doesn't come up as OnlyFans.
It's like it might be friendly,
something like that.
Friendly.
But like, how do you not know? How do you not look at your bank account and be like, what's this charge? Like, what do you mean?
Right.
I go through ours every single day because I keep track of our finances. I look at my bank app every single day, and it's not to catch me or him or who's spending money, or it's how do you not keep track of your finances?
Exactly.
Do you just go in blind and hope for the best? But like I said, Tessa, full circle. You know how we always go full circle? You said it perfectly. But we go on date night.
Yeah.
But we go out to dinner. I've never seen the bank account, but we go out to dinner. That's like what those women say.
A lot of times it processes as the company of Phoenix International.
That's what it was. It was. So I saw something. I don't know where I said Phoenix. Frenzy.
Phoenix.
Yes.
Phoenix.
I said Phoenix.
Yeah.
I said Phoenix. I don't know what I said. But and that's not from experience. That's because I learned things online. I saw it on an Instagram post. She's like, let me put you on some stuff. If you see this, if you see that, go through this, go through that. Girl, I know how to go through. Facebook activity is a
or
separate thing, mind you.
ccbill.com.
I've never seen. I don't know. What is it?
ccbill.com.
Yeah, we don't have none of that.
Yeah. First of all,
I've never had a
I think
charge.
that OnlyFans is a way to exploit women, and yeah, there are a couple literally less than 30 people who are not working under someone else or
Right,
like doing
right.
something like that. But like, I think it's a way to exploit women.
Duh.
Sorry, just like most things.
But ladies, if you have a husband, you should have full access to everything. And if
Yeah.
you don't, and if you see a charge and you're like, what's this? What's Frenzy or what's
Yeah.
whatever? And there's no explanation. If he's just like, oh, it was a gas station. No, you look up that gas station.
Right.
You see what gas station number that is.
Right.
It is very simple.
Right. It's just the lying. Like, why lie?
Like, it is so easy to figure things out. I think what
I would
happens,
just say, oh, that's OnlyFans. That's what I would say.
I think that's what happens though, is that women are scared. And yes, I'm doing the woman man thing.
Yeah.
Women are scared to seem toxic.
Yeah.
So they're afraid to, I'll be up in there.
I'm not afraid to.
There's been times I'm
Seem
like, what's
toxic.
this? And it was definitely my charge to like Target or something, but
Yeah.
it was like the app and it said like Targ or something. And I was like, oh, that was my charge.
Yeah.
But like, and it's not me going like, what's this? What'd you do? It's
Yeah.
more like, what's this? There could be fraud. Like you have to make
Yeah.
sure you keep track of shit.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem asking.
Right.
Are you kidding me? We keep receipts for everything for our businesses. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to know everything that money was spent on. Everything.
Right.
From every account. Like,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
And then there's people that could be like, well, a wife can make a secret account, right? And transfer, like funnel
Yeah.
funds. And she's got like 20,000 saved up that the husband doesn't know about.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's harder to do.
But also, she's probably not spending money out of that account.
Right.
Like,
Right.
and plus, like, sorry, I'm a huge fan of a secret account.
Right.
And I don't mean like one that I'm like spending money out of. I mean like
like a savings.
like a oh shit fund.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do put aside money in this account all the time, but that's only if you're in like really a toxic relationship.
That has to
like,
be a really bad.
Yeah.
You know, how now do you guys do, like, let's say I tell Tyler, like, you know, I'm going to start putting money in this account that neither of us really have access to. Like, there's no debit
Right.
cards or anything.
Right.
In case something happens to you.
Right.
Like, yeah, there's life insurance and stuff, but like,
Yeah.
God forbid, and it should be, or in case something happens to me, like
Mm-hmm.
it's something that, you know, and I get it. Yeah. There's relationships where people probably have to have secret savings.
Yeah,
accounts.
definitely. Like, especially like that's why everybody's Nana had one, because your Nana hated your grandpa. Like,
Right.
that's,
Right.
that's
That's
like-
an old school thing.
yeah.
They're like, they would take literally like $5 from
Yeah.
like their page, because they used to just hand over and be like under the mattress, like
Yeah.
$5. After 20 years together, that's a good
lot
little
of
chunk of
bucks.
money.
Yeah.
But I do find that I think that everybody should have access to everything, and
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't be a weird thing. You shouldn't have to secretly go through things or
Right.
secretly go through phones or
Right.
apps or this or that. And, you know, like I said, even like Venmo, all those, you can only legally have one account.
Yeah.
So the people that say like, oh, you can have secret accounts, you can only have one account associated with your social security number and a bank account. What you can have is a business account, which is attached to your business checking.
Right.
So again, it's harder to hide. Anybody can make anything happen.
Right.
But if you both have transparency and access to everything, like, you know, there's women that are like, oh, my husband or my wife was going out with this guy every week. It's like you would see that charge and be like, why
Yeah.
did you spend $60 at Outback
Right. Right.
Steakhouse?
Why'd you pay for a man when you're cheating?
And
Ugh. Sorry. Like, I'm
that'd
like,
probably be more on the man side, but
Yeah.
like, I know you
Yeah.
didn't eat that much. Like,
Yeah.
how do you not notice that stuff? How do
Yeah.
you not know? I also don't think there's anything wrong with having location on. Sorry.
oh, I actually think that you should have location.
I have a location on
What
my
if something
older son
happens?
still.
No, and here's the thing, because my ex used to, well, he still rides motorcycles all the time.
Oh,
I'm
huge has
keeping
that
your
location on,
freaking location on,
100%.
especially if you're out riding. Are you kidding me?
100%.
Are you joking?
So if all
What
of a sudden you
die?
see the location stop moving in the
right.
middle of a freeway for 2 hours,
Right, I'm like, okay, something's happening, something's going on, something's
like
wrong.
I
Like,
have our locations on all 24/7.
Yeah.
Never gets turned off. And by the way, if you lose service, that shit can still be on and
Mm-hmm.
it'll still track. Like, so don't let them be like, oh, I lost service, or turn
Yeah.
their phone off. Or
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you turn your phone off, it might go away. I have to test that
I
theory.
think you have to put on airplane mode.
I've never had it happen. I've never had it where his location wasn't available ever.
Well,
never.
Did
once.
you know that if you block somebody, wait.
See, we're gonna have to give everybody all these
I
hacks.
I tested this with my friend the other day because she was like, "Can you block me really quick? I'm going to try to send you a text message. It'll still say delivered." By the
I
way,
thought it didn't. It used to not.
it says delivered now. I never got the text. The weird thing is, I blocked her. I could still see her location.
Shut up.
Swear. Even though I blocked her, I could still see her location. She would have to go in
And turn it off.
stop sharing her location with me. Even though I blocked her, I still saw her location.
Ooh.
So I was like, yeah, you might just unlocation share.
I think people think that it's toxic, and it's
Yeah.
not. I have his locations on all the time, and it's not even where it's like I've been like, it's a weird place that you're at, and he's like, oh, I'm eating. Like, there's never been somewhere I don't know. It's either the studio,
Right.
home, or
Right.
him and Mike are eating at Chipotle, and it literally says Chipotle,
Right.
and I have
Right.
the bank charge at that. Like, it's just like, I don't understand how people. I think they're in denial. Mm-hmm. I've been in denial before.
Yeah.
I haven't always done this. I think that there's nothing wrong with it. I think that we have cameras all over our house, cameras
Yeah.
all over the studio.
Yeah.
Like, that's not
Well,
toxic. It's not to
it's not
catch somebody
toxic,
doing something.
But it's also the other thing about it, like, you guys have a little bit of a special circumstance where, like, I do feel like just based
It's
on
like
the publicity of it
safety.
all, it's
Yeah.
much safer for
Yeah.
you guys to have the video cameras and to have the, location. Like this is also like a
safety, relationship,
it's much
all of
safer.
it. Yeah.
It's much safer. And it's like, if you're having a problem with all of those things, like, okay, what are you hiding?
Right.
And if you want, because I understand, like, I don't want to be like recorded in my room,
Yeah. No, I
You
get
know?
that. Yeah.
stuff like that, or like maybe I don't want to be like recorded, like, or if I'm like in the kitchen, I'm doing something, and I know that you're watching me, I'll put something over. I'll be like, I'm in
Like,
the
it
kitchen,
feels
leave me
weird.
alone.
Yeah.
But it's also safety, because, like, what if something happens? What if I hurt myself? What if somebody breaks in? What if, like, and these are all possible things, especially because you guys are people that put yourself out on the internet.
Yeah.
And, the same for
Yeah.
me. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be harder for someone to break into my house, but,
Highly advised against. Like I said, he got served his lawsuit, and there was like my older son was like, there's somebody outside. I mean, it's not like nobody just goes outside blind. Like he
Right.
was
Yeah.
fully ready for whatever
Right.
it was, just because it was weird.
Right.
That
It is
seemed
weird.
like there was just a man standing outside and he
Yeah.
was like, and I was
Right.
like, Logan, go upstairs.
Yeah.
But you just have to make sure. You just have to be, like I said, there's cameras everywhere.
Right.
And does that add an extra security to a relationship too? Sure. Like,
Right.
yeah, it's for safety, but it's like, yeah, if
Yeah, but
your
it
husband
gives
says,
you a reason
I'm
to
at the
not
studio.
question the other
Right,
person as
exactly.
well.
There's
Yeah.
no doubt. And
There's
I say,
no doubt.
his location
yeah.
says the studio, the camera, I'm looking at him standing in the studio. That's where it is the whole time. It records and it saves.
Right.
It's not me going, I don't trust him, or what is he doing?
Yeah.
Or he, like, it's just, I don't even have to think about it.
Yeah. I feel like Tyler's in like 4 places ever.
Quite literally.
One of those is your garage.
One of them is the garage.
Like-
One of them is Chipotle or any of the restaurants in that surrounding area, Mission Barbecue,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, like quite literally
Yeah.
just those 2 plazas.
Yeah.
The studio. No, I think is it even 4? I think it's
Well,
3.
I was counting the house separate than the garage.
Oh, okay.
I was like, those are-
You're actually the fact that Tessa knows where he is
Yeah. And you know what's hilarious is I didn't even follow him until a couple days
recently,
ago.
and she knows where that man is.
I didn't mean like. I'm sorry. I know that you're going to be editing this, Tyler. I am so sorry. I literally did not know that I wasn't following you.
She
I
died.
felt
She was
so
like,
bad.
I'm
I was
not
like
following
I was
Tyler.
like, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. My bad. I truly thought that I was, and
Because you probably see half his shit because it's like I'm
no,
collabed
because
with
you
it,
guys,
and
yeah, like
we have so many pages, and you
so
probably
I see his
it
stuff all the time.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I
Yeah.
assumed that I was like,
yeah. No, she knows where he is.
which is
I know where
I don't
Tessa
know.
is half the time.
Yeah,
She
well,
knows where
I'm
I
only in
am
a couple
always.
places.
We're always just in literally
I'm
a couple
within
places.
like a 5-mile radius.
Yeah.
Like I am literally within a 5-mile radius at 95% of the time.
That's the other thing I don't think there's anything wrong with is like if you're in a relationship, even like a friend, like, oh, I'm running to like, you know, he'll be like, I'm going to the studio for this. Like tells me where and what they're doing.
Yeah.
Why does that sound like that's not toxic?
No,
I
And
do the
it's not
same
like,
thing. I'm
I
running
shouldn't
to
have to report
Publix.
everything I'm doing. No, you shouldn't. But it's courtesy just to let
I
me
think
know.
it's weird not to.
Especially when you're with
I
a
don't know
girl.
why I think
like,
it's weird not to.
When you're with an anxious girly.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is like I have anxiety really
Yeah.
bad. And you know that I have anxiety really bad. And if it's just like, oh hey, like I'm running to do this really quick, like blah 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 blah, and that's what's gonna set, you know, something aside
Yeah.
from like a regular, like if you get home at 6 every day and it's like 7 and
Yeah.
you're just getting home, I'm like, why like what's going on, like what's happening? But if you were like, hey, like after work I have to go do ABC and then I'll be home after
Yeah.
that, I'm like, okay, so now when 6 hits and you're not here,
Or like if you're
I'm
sitting
not
at
panicking.
home,
Like,
wouldn't you feel weird if like they just got up and left?
yes,
Or left and we're just like, I'll be right back. Like that is never.
I'm like, where are you going?
never is that happening.
No,
Ever in a million
because that's
years.
weird. No, because that has happened to me one time before.
And you know that that's off.
No,
or if they
and
say they're
also,
going somewhere weird that
They're like,
doesn't
oh
make
yeah,
sense.
I'm just running somewhere real quick. I'm like, it's 1 a.m.
Oh well, that's never happening.
I'm like, where do you need to run really quick?
What?
I'm like, don't try to play me. Just say what you're doing. Honestly, at that point, just tell me what you're doing.
Right.
Because I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Because what am I gonna stop you? No.
That's crazy.
But I don't want
weird.
to. I don't want to. Like
I have been in relationships like that. Like,
Yeah.
or they get pissed off. That was
Yeah.
Logan's dad. He would leave. He would leave and like not respond for hours. And
Right.
so you don't know. No location. I have no
yeah.
idea.
Right.
What that person is doing.
Exactly.
That's not the relationship I want. Now.
Exactly. And on top of that, like,
He doesn't get mad and leave though.
I don't want to be with somebody that like has that much secrecy from me.
Ever.
Because even if we were criminals
don't
together,
care about
you need to
privacy.
communicate and
Yeah.
we need to get married first so that I don't
Right.
have to testify against you.
Right.
Like,
Right.
like I'm just like, hey, here's the thing. Like if I'm with you, it's because like I know who you are and I chose to be with you, right?
Yes. And I know everything.
And I know everything about
Yeah.
you, right? And it's like I need to know those things because that's what the frick a partnership is.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this together
Yeah.
so that like I can hold your burdens and you can also hold
Yeah.
mine because mine might not feel as heavy to you and yours might not feel as heavy to
Right.
me. Like you don't know.
Right.
Like, and so it just really it gets me.
I don't know. I think just So now we're gonna get like messages from men that are like, thanks. Now my wife's like, where's your location? Where's the bank statements? Where's this? Where's that? What's this? What's that? I want cameras on all doors. I want cameras on the driveway. I want cameras
Right.
on the side of the house. I want cameras
Right.
here. I want cameras at your office. I want. That's not what we're saying. I mean,
No.
I am, because I don't think. Here's the thing: it's not to catch somebody up. It's that you shouldn't be worried about having those things.
Right. No, none
That's
of
like
this
where,
is
like, the
to
whole-
get you caught up. And if
It's
that's
that it
your thought
shouldn't
process,
matter.
if that's what you're
You
thinking,
should be able to have these
then-
things, and there's no worry.
Exactly. Then you're caught up.
Then you're caught up. If
You're
you're
caught up right
worried
now.
about having those things, then you just caught yourself.
Yeah. You're like, hey, why? Well, what
If your
I-
husband says, I don't want to have all that, you just caught him.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we're causing divorces.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. Well, no. You know what's causing divorces? People not getting to know their partners before
Right.
they marry them.
Right.
So,
Yep.
you should have gotten married in the first place.
Yep.
So, you know.
And sometimes you have to learn, and that's also going to be a test. Because
Yeah.
I think, like you said, there's people at 20 years, they're like, wait, I like don't know this person. And that'll be a test whether your marriage
Well, there was
is
that
going
whole
to last
thing
or not.
on TikTok, that whole like famous thing, the Who Did I Marry? Part 27, part
Right.
38.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God. Like, who
It-
did you marry?
And that
girl?
is, sometimes you can't find out everything.
Yeah.
But like we said, if you can get through some shit and deal with some stuff and get through it together,
Mm-hmm.
and by that I don't mean accepting abuse, accepting adultery, accepting any kind of weird shit.
No.
I mean, you get through it, repent, never do those things again, and heal
Yeah.
and fix whatever caused you to do them in the first place.
Yeah.
Then you move forward.
Yeah.
That does not mean
Yeah.
you forgive and forget.
Yeah.
And that does not
And
mean you
the other
forgive
thing
and
is
accept.
though, like when it comes to like obviously like repenting and stuff like that, but like unfortunately something that people don't talk about a lot is that relapse is a part of recovery.
100%.
And so you also have to understand that like when you're going through these things, like, and oh my God, I am not saying this as for men to use it as an excuse, for women to use it
Right.
as an excuse. Like just because I know that you might slip up doesn't give you an excuse to slip up.
No, and it doesn't mean you will, but
Right.
it means that it
No,
can
but
happen.
it's a possibility.
And yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so you have to decide if and when something else happens again, then you have to decide again, okay, is this something that it's not like if somebody does something and then they relapse into this thing that they were
Yeah,
struggling with, the
right.
addiction that they had, like most of the time it has nothing to do with you. But
Probably 100%
I would
of
say,
the
I would
time.
say 100%
Yeah.
of the time, unless they hate you and they're doing it to be mean, and then
Yeah.
it's like leave
Yeah.
them.
I've actually, like I
Leave
said,
them.
there was a spiteful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I brought that up. And so I definitely think that, like, I'm not saying like, but it's just like, just take things in stride. I think that's the biggest thing about working on things is just like, just relax.
Yep.
Relax
and if you're
and
strong
work
in
through it.
faith, you can believe in
Yeah.
healing. You can believe in release.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, I don't think it should be an excuse, because I don't think you should be like, I was demon possessed, or it was a demon.
No.
Like, I do think that there's demonic ties that can influence people and
Mm-hmm.
soul ties.
Yeah.
I don't think that you should just be like, well, it wasn't me. It was
the
and me who says everything's demonic is the one saying that.
Right.
Like, oh no, that was like a demon.
Right.
That was cheating on you.
That was not
So-
me. I'm like, no, dude, it was you.
Now, could it have been some
Could you have
trauma
been-
that allowed
yeah.
some darkness in there, and maybe there was like some soul ties, and because soul ties are real, it's biblical. I'm not talking
Oh, no,
about
they are.
like twin flames. I'm
No,
talking
not
about soul
even not even
ties.
just biblically. I've talked about this before, like
scientifically. Yes, 100%.
So even if you take biblically out of it, like there have been multiple studies that showed, like if you are a person that does not suffer with depression, but you have sex with somebody that suffers from depression, you can experience
yep.
depression symptoms for up to 2 weeks after that encounter.
Yep. And you're
Same with
taking on-
anxiety,
and
same
with
with-
demonic influence. It's all a connection. So, I mean, me and Tyler have even done. I don't care about this stuff. Like, I'm not. It's not bad. I think everybody should do it. Every couple should do it. Like, I believe in anointing. I believe in, prayer that breaks those soul ties and asks God to break that. It
Yeah.
doesn't just happen naturally.
Well, words
I
are
ask-
power.
Yeah, I ask God. I mean, I've done it in the house.
No, words
You
are
know
power.
that. I've
and,
been like
and spells
demon,
are
like,
real.
Spells
and,
are real, and there's people that we know that practice
not even
things.
Also speaking out, like using that's still
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
spell.
Yeah.
that's still that's still what it is.
I don't like
It's
using
just
that word, but-
I know you don't like using the word, but it is the same
Yeah.
thing. Like, but it's the intention behind it that's
Yes.
different. So
Yeah, right.
So that's the thing. That's the thing about it. It's like words are power. So the things that you're saying in your household do hold weight and have meaning and do make changes and do like the things that you say out loud make the biggest difference. Like you're never going to catch me and run it back. Please, I beg you. You're never going to catch me calling myself ugly, calling myself
Right.
stupid. I might be like, oh, I'm a dumb bitch sometimes.
Right.
But I don't think that I'm stupid. I don't think that I'm unintelligent. I don't think that I'm ugly. I don't think that I'm, you're never going to hear me saying something about myself that I don't believe.
Right.
And I don't believe any of that stuff. And how do I not believe it? Because I literally have a mirror.
And you know what? Like you said,
I own several.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking and again, people start to turn like things like that we say into like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that you're like, I want $1 million and $1 million falls from the sky.
No.
Like that's not what we're saying, but words have power. Like
Yeah.
we literally sat together and did like 3 soul tie break prayers from like demonic entities like the day before he was baptized. We
Right.
felt it was really important to like, even my I wanted to break that.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we were talking to our therapist. She's not like, how you said, go to a Christian based therapist, not a Christian therapist. Like it's
Right.
the same, like,
Yeah.
that's so
Go to a therapist who also happens to be Christian.
Yes.
Not
And
someone
so
who is just a Christian therapist.
yes. So she was talking about that, how simple it is. And that's the thing is you don't have to jump through hoops. You don't have to like do a backflip off the house. It's as simple as asking.
Yeah.
It's as simple as surrendering. It's as simple as saying, break this. I don't
Right.
want it in Jesus' name. Break this
100%.
tie, break this connection. And I think a lot of people could benefit from that. And it's amazing how it takes like a weight off of you.
It does.
And, I think people are just they think there's more to it. And it's that simple.
Right. It's really so simple.
It's
Like
so
it's really
simple.
so simple. Like not always easy, but simple.
Yes.
Simple.
And
Like,
again, that doesn't mean hard work doesn't go into,
Right.
and like you
Yeah.
even said, repenting. You may say you're addicted to alcohol. I'm just throwing something out there, and you quit.
yeah.
And I mean, even if it's based through God or your whatever, and then 6 months later, you're like, I want to drink. I want to drink. Repenting means that you turn away from the sin, right?
Right.
So that doesn't mean that you're now the biggest piece of
Right.
S there is.
Right.
Now you have the choice to say, I'm going to have that drink.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to turn away from this.
Right.
And now I need to go back and doing the hard work
Yeah.
again. Because that's lifelong.
Yeah. Well, I heard something
No
that
matter
really
what it
like
is.
sums it up really, really well. That I think sums all of this up really, really well. And it was this like little like snippet that I heard one time as somebody was preaching. And this girl, she said, you don't pray to God that, oh God, please don't let me miss this bus, and then just walk towards the bus. She's like, you pray, God, please don't let me, and you run towards that
Yes.
bus. You take off towards
I
that
love
bus.
that.
Like you don't.
That's
you
incredible.
Don't pray for something and then just no. You go for it. You have to commit to it as well.
100%.
Faith without works is dead. Like
That's what we
if you
meant
don't
by-
have behind the
That was great. That's
Yeah.
what we meant by it's simple, not easy.
Exactly.
It's simple as saying,
Simple.
Lord,
You just
break-
take off
I don't
running.
want this urge anymore.
But
I don't
running
like
is
this.
hard.
This is something I
Yeah.
don't want. But
Exactly.
you ask that while you're doing
Right.
whatever it is to get you
Yeah.
away from that or to
Yeah,
the goal.
because you don't really want to catch the bus.
that would
That's
be
the
like people
thing.
being like, I want to be skinny, and then going and sitting on the couch and eating pizza all day.
Me. I'm like, I want to be skinny
guilty
as I
as
order Uber Eats
charged.
again.
Guilty as
I'm like,
charged.
man, I want to be so skinny. Anyways, did you
I'm like,
hear
I wanna
that
lose
there's a
25
SpongeBob meal
pounds.
at Burger King now?
Also,
Like-
a
Yeah.
Grinch meal at McDonald's.
I
So
know.
Bradley got the yellow socks. He was disappointed, but
They give you socks?
It's socks. The Grinch meal is socks, and they're cute.
I'm trying really hard not to be like, well, I didn't eat lunch. I have calories extra.
Just be like, well, the reason is because maybe one day
Yeah.
they'll be worth millions of dollars.
Okay.
That remember people with the mini babies from McDonald's?
Yeah.
They used to truly believe that they were going to be worth billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And
the
they would
McDonald's
collect them all.
ones. It's a
No, they thought
McDonald's.
real Beanie Babies, and then they thought
Oh,
those
yeah.
were going to be looped in because they were limited edition just
Right.
through McDonald's, the mini ones.
Right.
The specific mini ones from McDonald's, not there's mini ones that
Yeah,
exist,
yeah.
the TY. I remember people killing each other over they were like, no. And they saved them in the
Yeah.
package and everything.
Why?
Still not worth millions.
No, and they
Crazy.
won't ever be. It's just, it's like, hey, that's a stuffed animal.
Yes.
The thing about when you're in a relationship with someone that you actually love, and actually
Crazy.
care about, and actually respect
Yeah.
is a big part.
Everything changes.
When you spend more time together as the years go by, guess what? You're going to be better towards each other because you know each other better. That's just something that
Yes.
happens.
Yes.
So when you say oh, he's better now. Well, yeah. And he's going to be better tomorrow
Yeah.
than he was today.
Yeah.
And
And we've gone through some crazy
Yeah.
shit together
That
already.
had nothing to do with either one of you, by the way. It's literally the
and
craziest
things
part.
that do we've had to blend families. We've had to go through some things that can rock a marriage. And it's that's when you decide, is this going to be the strong and for us, Christ-centered marriage that can survive it all.
Right.
And I
Right.
do think that you're right. There's not a lot that can. That's not to put other people ours is this and yours is this. Again, I'm speaking about my own experience.
Yeah. If you're comparing, that's your fault.
I'm not comparing shit to
exactly.
shit.
You're not comparing anything. You're
Yeah.
sharing your experience. If someone else wants to compare, then,
Right.
then good for you.
Right. We've had this conversation
Yeah.
before where they're like, oh, well, like I said, I need to have my husband's location on. He doesn't need to have mine. We trust each other. Good for you.
What does trust have to do with it?
What does trust have to do with shit?
What if they get into an accident?
Go ask
what if
him
they're
right now.
bleeding out
Go
on the side of
ask
the
your
road?
husband or wife right now to put their location on and keep it on for the rest of your lives until you die.
Yeah.
And if they
Or
say
until
no,
the government takes over and cell
Right.
phones become obsolete and we have to go hide in the
right.
forest.
So if they say no, then come DM me
Right.
and I'll tell you where to look next
Yeah.
and what to do next. And me and Tessa will
DM
guide
me
you.
and then I'll DM them.
Me and Tessa will
I'll let
guide
you know.
We will guide you
Yeah. Lead you in the right direction.
to the path of righteousness.
Well, I won't guide you there, but the Lord might. I'll let you know about the Lord. So
Yep.
But yeah, moral of the story, just actually get to know the people that you're with, just actually be I don't know, stop being a bad person and just be a good person.
Just be a good
It's really
person.
easy. It's really,
Be faithful.
It's really simple. Not easy.
It actually is simple.
It's really simple. It's really simple.
People complicate them by doing things like, oh, well, you can't do this. You can't do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it all.
Yeah.
I think people should do that as a prerequisite of a relationship. Let me look through your bank
100%.
statement. Let me look through your apps. Let me look through your phone. And then I can decide if we're moving
Yeah.
forward. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
no.
Don't
The
do that,
first
but-
thing I do is look at their following, by the way.
Oh, yes, sir.
But that's a whole other story. We can't get on that tangent right now, but
We're gonna do. I think we should do an episode on not toxicity, but the line
our
between
discoveries.
the
Yeah.
being toxic, which we have been.
Let's
and
present
being
our thesis on
healthy.
toxicity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And being
I think
healthy
that's a good idea.
toxic, where
Yeah.
you're not toxic, but society considers you toxic.
Right. Things that are misconstrued as toxic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
I think
everybody
that's
wants
fair.
to remain in denial.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for listening to us speak another week,
Oh,
as you have been doing,
is that a new quote? I love it.
Listen to us speak another week. Yeah. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do everything, unless you hate us, and then still like, comment, subscribe to let
Yeah,
everyone
those
know that you
people
hate
watch
us.
probably even more.
Yeah. I'm like, please, actually.
They watch Tyler religiously, which is crazy
Which is
work.
so weird.
They probably do. Honestly, I saw a clip of us on one of the things, so they watch us too.
Oh,
The haters watch us too.
hell yeah.
Hey guys,
Anyway,
love ya. Love to see it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I'm